The Eagles here, I don't care if you're playing Pee Wee football or playing on Sundays. Turnovers is always going to be a big part of the game. Coach Cack talked about the struggles that the Eagles, so they'll be looking to clean up some of those mistakes. And then also, I think with Pella Christian, they have some speed and some playmakers, and they'll certainly be looking to get those guys the ball.
Again, those have been tonight's keys to the game, and it looks like we may have the national anthem coming up here pretty soon here as well here on Eagle Lane as we're getting set for a 7:30 kickoff here between the Mustangs and the Eagles. Do want to thank DutchFixDelivery.com for providing the pregame meal for the broadcast crew here tonight, as I had some chicken strips, JD had a burger, I think, and it was some good stuff, some game fuel for our broadcast here tonight. So our thanks to Dutch Fix and Pello, of course, as well as a new service here, Delivery.com, for providing tonight's pregame meal here for the KRLS broadcast crew. The Eagles are lining up at the north end. They've busted through the paper, and they are running down the near sideline. And that PC flag is waving high as the Eagles make their way out onto the field as we're getting ready for some ball tonight. The Mustangs are lined up on the far sideline, getting ready for tonight's national anthem. And before we have that here, let's take a look at tonight's game time temperature. It's presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. 79 degrees here. Our current temperature here on Eagle Lane, a little bit of a breeze, looking for a low temperature tonight of 58. Not too bad. Not a cloud to be seen in the sky, so perfect weather here for some high school football tonight in this late summer evening. Tonight's game time temp has been presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating, your local cooling and heating experts. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear Van Haften's. Our national anthem and our pregame prayer coming up back after this on the KRLS Radio Pregame Show.
If you're one of the many finding yourself with a little extra time, this may be just the time to start a home project, consolidate debt, or finance a purchase you've been waiting to make. That's why at See First, we're introducing a new home equity line of credit. It's our Flex HELOC, and it puts you in control with a great rate and the customization you need. Through our online application, get quick access to your funds. Check out our new HELOC offer today. Call, stop in, or go to c1stcu.com for details. Where together is better. Equal housing opportunity and NCUA insured.
When it's my turn to cook, I head over to Delivery.com. I'm not much of a cook, but I do love to make sure that our family gets to eat great food, and you can find a ton of it at Delivery.com. We love the Yamato sushi and fried rice, or George's Pizza, Canaritos, great Mexican food with the guacamole made fresh delivered to our house, even the chicken strips or a chicken sandwich from Dutch Fix. Hot, fresh food from local Pella restaurants delivered right to your front door. Check them out today, Delivery.com.
Hi, this is Dave Hopkins, owner of Hopkins Roofing. Our company has been earning the trust of customers in Pella and Central Iowa for more than 50 years. We're excited to be a part of the Pella and Pella Christian sports broadcasts, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to earn your trust for your next roofing project. Whether you're building a new home or re-roofing your current one, or if you own any type of commercial building, we have a solution. Check out some of our work at hopkinsroofing.com and let us put together a quote for you. Hopkins Roofing. Roofing done for good.
There's a place in downtown Pella that takes you right to the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and Dutch architecture providing a classic old world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengraat. The Molengraat is home to some of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, and Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
Pole barns were originally engineered in the 1930s. Over the years, the materials and techniques have been vastly improved. Modern-day construction makes for versatile buildings used for housing, commercial use, or storage. Dutch Mill Supply is your pole barn specialist.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
We're back live on Eagle Lane as we're just moments away from tonight's opening kickoff between PCM and Pella Christian. Week 2 action here tonight between the Eagles and Mustangs. John Mowinkle, J.D. Boer with you here on your Friday evening. Before we get started here, we do want to give a shout-out to Dale Dewar who is a longtime PA announcer here at PC, in a tough battle with cancer, and he'll be watching and listening via the live stream here tonight. So our best wishes here to Dale Dewar, as he is currently in his battle with cancer that, of course, no one wants to fight. So, of course, our best wishes to Dale. The pregame coin toss is about to take place on the Eagle logo out at midfield. And again, you have been listening to the KRLS radio pregame show on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, 92.1 KRLS. We do want to take a quick look at a instant radio update, as tonight's instant radio updates we'll have those coming up several times here throughout the night, as a few games are underway on our network of 6 stations and streams. Indianola leads Norwalk 7-0, and that is on 94.3 KNIA. Linville, Sully, and Pleasantville are scoreless after 1. Make it 8-0 Linville, Sully in the second quarter, early on in the second quarter. And that's a look at an instant radio update. And it looks like it'll be the Eagles receiving tonight's opening kickoff, which is presented, as always, by Dutch Mill Supply. JD, your final thoughts before we get this thing started here?
Well, I can tell you this is the first time that I've been up here in the booth here at Pella Christian on Eagle Lane. And what a night to watch some football out here. You got the cornfields in the background. You got the bypass cars flying by. But it is a pleasure to be out here and playing some football. Excited for these boys to get a chance to play some football. And it's going to be a good one here tonight.
Tonight's opening kickoff is presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Back deep to return is Jacob Van Winkle of PCM. Kicking things off for PC, number 5, Jack Fancher, a sophomore. It'll be a left-footed kick going to the north end of the stadium. Here's the run-up. The ball is in the air, and we are underway in this Week 2 matchup between Pella Christian and PCM. Van Winkle fields it back at his 5, cuts to the left, and he's tackled at the center of the field at the 20-yard line. That is where PCM will take over on the first drive of tonight's game. That was tonight's opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumber yard and building material supplier. So PCM will be driving it from left to right as we see it, as they will start at their own 20-yard line to get this thing underway. And their quarterback, a sophomore, number 10, Augie Stock, lining up in the shotgun to his right is running back Aiden Anderson. Anderson and Sage Burns will be switching in and out throughout the game tonight. May see them both on the field at the same time here. A couple different instances here as well. A little bit of a delay as the ball has to be switched out. Maybe a sanitary thing going on just with COVID and everything these days. They're taking a lot of extra precautions, of course. It looks like we're ready to go here. It's PCM driving from left to right as we see it down to the south end of the stadium here at Pella Christian. Stock takes the handoff. It's a sweep handoff left side. It's Anderson, and he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple yards brings up second down and long for the Mustangs. A loss of about 2 yards there for Aiden Anderson on the first play of the game.
Yeah, Anderson works to the left side there, and you see some of that speed from the Eagles defense. About 5 different guys got to the ball to try to make that play. To knock him back just a little bit, but yeah, good start there for Pella Christian. We'll see how PCM responds.
It'll bring up second down and about 11 here. Ball spotted at the far hash of the field. Trips to the near side here for PCM. Stock takes a snap. It's another handoff up the middle. This time it's Anderson. Spins out of a tackle, and he's brought down at about the 26-yard line. Pickup of about 5 yards there on second down and 11. It'll bring up a third down and medium here. Third down at about, actually, they're going to mark him at about the 29-yard line. Make it a 28-yard line, so it'll be a third down and about 3 here for PCM on the opening drive of the game. They'll spot him down at the 28.
2 handoffs to Anderson. We'll see if they go back to him. He's got a lot of speed. You can see why he had a great game last week as well.
3rd and 3. They need to get to the 31 for a first down. Stock takes the shotgun snap. It's another handoff to Anderson. He is spun down in the backfield. And that is a loss of a few yards and a fourth down coming up for PCM. There is a flag on the field. Now hold on just a second.
Stops Anderson.
Yeah, I did not see what this one was for.
The initial indication is against PCM, so you'd think PC would decline the penalty and get fourth down. and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Yep, 3 handoffs there from PCM, giving the ball to their playmaker, Aiden Anderson, but that time Logan Kelderman getting in the backfield for Pella Christian made a great tackle in the backfield to get the big stop on 3rd down.
So it brings up a punting situation here for PCM as it's Braden Berger out there to punt. Back deep to return is Cody Boonder that's actually Caden Van Dyke here for the Eagles. It's a wobbling kick, and it'll bounce at about the 48-yard line across the 50, and it'll roll out of bounds on the PCM sideline at about the 43-yard line. So pretty decent starting field position here for the Eagles. 1st down and 10. And a 3-and-out for the number 1 team in Class 2A. Pella Christian now getting the ball.
Yeah, it's no secret that PCM is probably coming in here as the heavy favorites, being the number 1 team in Class 2A, getting that nod here this week. But Pella Christian with a great start there on defense, and now they're going to get the ball with pretty good field position and a chance to move it here to start their first drive.
10:18 to go here, first quarter. A scoreless tie between Pella Christian and PCM. And Isaac Kakmarinsky will line up in the shotgun here for the Eagles. Trip receivers to the near side of the field. Ball spotted on the far hash. Kakmarinsky takes a snap. Handoff up the middle. And it's a gain of about 1 yard here for running back Cody Boonder, as he'll be brought down at about the 44-yard line. A slew of Mustang defenders in there. Making the tackle was Caleb Dunnigan there, defensive lineman among others. Brings up 2nd down and a long 9 here for PC.
PCM's big advantage is in the trenches. They have great size, and they use that to their advantage with the down lineman making the play there.
Twin receivers to the near side. Receiver goes in motion. They fake the jet sweep handoff, and it's a handoff to Boonder once again. It's a sweep play to the left, and he's brought down to the backfield at the 40-yard line. What a stop at the backfield there for the Mustangs. In there to make the play. Number 31, that's Andrew Mitchell, the senior linebacker, flying in there to make the stop. And just like that, it's 3rd down and 13 for PC.
Well, give them some credit. You know, there was about 5 different people who could have made that tackle. Yeah. They converged on him in a hurry to bring up a long 3rd down here.
They'll officially call it 3rd down and 12. They need to get it across the 50 to the 47-yard line to convert. Trips to the far side of the field. Kakmarinsky, the hard count. He flips it over the middle. It is in the hands of the receiver at the 50-yard line, and he is brought down. Bennett Spronk not quite able to pick up a 1st down, a few yards short. Tackled right about the 50-yard line. They'll actually spot him behind the 50 at the 49-yard line, center of the field. So it'll bring up a 4th and 4 situation here for Pella Christian, and the punt unit will come out onto the field. So each team going 3-and-out here on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, needed 12, picked up 7, and we're going to see the first punt here from Pella Christian, the 2nd punt of the game.
Aiden Stoltz, number 15, to boot this thing away for the Eagles. And he kicks it from the 38-yard line. It's a wobbler, doesn't go too far, bounces at the 31-yard line, and it'll be down at about the 31, 32-yard line. A flag is down in the area of the return. Yeah. And that's normally against the return team when that happens.
Yeah, I would expect a holding penalty call here. Really no reason to do that, as that ball is never going to be returned. Short wobbling punt there from Aiden Stoltz.
So maybe a little bit of a mental miscue here for PCM. We'll see. We'll get the official call here from the referees, as they're still talking about it.
Yeah, both coaches mentioned in the pregame show the importance of the punting game.
Yes.
And we've seen 2 of them already, and we haven't been out here very long.
These teams
looks like this one's actually going to be against Pella Christian.
So the head referee's going over to the PCM sideline to probably just to see if they're going to accept or decline. They'll either have to repunt it, or they'll just take the penalty from probably where the ball was down.
Right.
So it's holding against Pella Christian.
They'll tack on 10, it looks like.
Not too bad of an idea there. It was down to the 32, so they'll get starting field position at the 42-yard line here on this drive.
Yeah, PCM struggled to move the ball in that first drive. A little bit surprising to see them have those early struggles, but the defense holds to get the ball back, and now they have pretty good field position, short field here to work with.
So PCM, or make it PC, started at their own 43. Now PCM gets it at their own 42 to start things off on this drive. 8:22 to go, and they add about 30 seconds back onto the clock. So here's Stock back to pass. Receivers going deep. Flushed out to the left. Throws it off for Aiden Anderson on the flat. Gets across the 50. Lowers the shoulder. And he's brought down at the 43-yard line. Nice pickup on the ground there for Aiden Anderson. First down PCM across the 50 to about the 43.
The young quarterback, Augie Stock, with a great read there. He had 4 wide receivers all heading deep down the field. Not really much open, so drops it off to Anderson, and he can use his speed to make plays. Even on just a short little pass there, they pick up a nice gain.
So it's 1st and 10, 8:08 and ticking to go here in the first quarter. A scoreless tie. Mustangs and Eagles here live from Pella Christian. Stock in the pistol. It's a handoff up the middle. Anderson weaves his way through the center of the field, and he's brought down at about the 31-yard line by a slew of Eagles defenders. Looked like Kakmarinsky in there, among others, to make the stop for PC, and that is just about enough for another first down, and it looks like those chains will move. Another first down. This time it's Aiden Anderson getting it done with his legs. He had the catch and now the run.
Yeah, right up the middle there. Great job from the PCM offensive line. They created a great hole. I bet you he went about 7 yards untouched.
So PCM on a march now. They're heading to the south end of the Pella Christian football field. It's Anderson once again up the middle on a handoff, and another first down inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone at the 19-yard line.
Deja vu.
Yep.
Exact same play. Ran it right up the middle again, moving the chains, and looks like PCM's going to head right to the line as they're kind of working the Pella Christian defense here.
PCM moving the ball very effectively on this drive. Now Anderson gets the handoff and just slips at the 23-yard line in the backfield. Turf Monster got him. Back him up 3 yards.
I tell you what, it happens to the best of us, right? The Turf Monster is the only thing that's stopping Aiden Anderson right now.
So a pickup of about 13 yards, 12 yards in succession for Anderson. Now he loses 2. So they'll spot it back at the 23-yard line, 2nd and 13 here for the Mustangs.
It's been all Anderson so far, every play.
Stock is in the shotgun. Fake the handoff. It's a swing pass to the far side. It's caught by this receiver on the screen pass. Up inside the 10 to the 5, and he's brought down at about the 4-yard line. Out there to make the catch was Gatlin Bell, number 21 for the Mustangs. Another first down. They're back inside that Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone, and it's 1st and goal for PCM. They're at the 3-yard line.
Quick screen play. Give some credit to the wide receivers blocking there to clear up a nice lane.
Stock hands it off. Anderson once again, and a flag flies and play is blown dead. Man, Anderson, he had a wide open pass to the end zone there, lowering those shoulders, but a flag comes in.
Yeah, PCM moving very quickly to get up to the line to try to snap the ball and keep the Pella Christian defense on their heels. I don't know if we had a substitution problem there from Pella Christian. That's what it looks like. But anyways, on that last screen to the left, a nice gain. And we saw Landon Fenton and Braden Berger both setting great blocks to create a nice hole for him.
So illegal substitution is the call against Pella Christian, so that'll move them half the distance to the goal to about the 1.5 now. We'll get you Motor and Auto Group instant radio update coming up after this next play here. It's 1st and goal for the Mustangs, just outside the 1, 6:50 to go. And it's straight up the middle, a direct snap, and it's a touchdown PCM. Anderson once again gets the direct snap up the middle, and that's a touchdown Mustangs.
I think that was Sage Burns actually.
Was it Burns?
Yeah,
All
Burns,
right.
Burns went under center, took the snap, and they just ran a QB sneak with him.
So Sage Burns, interestingly, was the quarterback for PCM last year, and part-time quarterback in his junior season last year, and he gets the QB sneak on the rushing touchdown, just 1 yard there. Now the extra point coming up for PCM. It is up and through. And with 6:44 to go in the first quarter, our score, PCM 7, Pella Christian nothing. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
The savings under the tent aren't the only great deals this week at the Hy-Vee stores in Pella and Knoxville. Shop inside the store for our 3-day sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You'll find great deals like Hormel fresh sliced pork steak for just $1.68 per pound. Infelds and Ulrich's bologna rings are only $4.88 each. And Hy-Vee Choice Reserve New York strip steaks are just $3.99 each for an 8-ounce cut or $5.99 for 12 ounces. These great deals are available this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as part of the 3-day sale at the Pella and Knoxville Hy-Vee stores.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. It was a 1-yard quarterback sneak for Sage Burns and PCM with a 7-0 lead here over the Eagles here with 6:44 to play in the opening quarter. And now it's the Mustangs to kick this thing off from left to right as we see it, and it'll be up to the Eagles to try to respond. Kicking things off will be Tyler Keeker, junior number 3 for PCM. Back deep to return, Cody Boonder and Lucas Hull. As Keeker will send this thing down towards Highway 163. 6:44 to go here first quarter, and the Mustangs on top 7-0. Ball's in the air, end over end kick. And it'll be fielded at about the 11-yard line. And Boonder makes his way forward to about the 24, maybe the 25-yard line. That is where PC will take over. First down and 10. They trail 7-0 here with 6:37 to go in quarter number 1.
You know, PCM's first drive ended in a punt. Second drive was great. Pella Christian trying to do the same thing as they punted on their first drive, and they'll take over here at the second drive. See if they can have a little more success moving the ball.
Motor and Auto Group Instant Radio update. Keokuk 7, Knoxville 6. 8:58 to go in the first quarter. That's on 95.3 KNIA. First and 10 here for the Mustangs. 6:37 to go here in the first quarter. We're making the Eagles as PC trails 7-0 here. Movement up front. I think it's against PCM. Yep. Flag does fly, and they'll get the Mustangs for the encroachment.
Sorry, what is that, our third penalty already here tonight? Early season football and high school football, you're going to see that, and this time advantage Pella Christian as they're able to move up 5 yards.
So it's first down and 5 from the 30-yard line here for Pella Christian. Kakmarinsky lines up in the shotgun, trips to the near side, low snap, gets it under control. All the receivers are going deep over the middle, and he overshoots his intended receiver. Luke Moeller was running down there deep in the slot, and it brings up second down and 5 after that incomplete pass.
The one advantage that we'll talk about here that Pella Christian has is size at receiver. They have 2 Boulder brothers, 6'6" and 6'7". At that time, Isaac Kakmarinsky tries to use that to his advantage, throws one up for Luke Moeller, but just a little bit too high and out of reach for him. But I'm sure they'll go back to that plenty throughout the night.
Second down and 5 from the 30-yard line. Need to get it to the 35 to pick up the first. Kakmarinsky, quarterback keeper this time. A little bit of hesitation. He stumbles across the 30, and he ends up being brought down after a pickup of about 3 yards. In there to make the stop for PCM, Connor Bennett, the linebacker. And it brings up a third down and short situation for Pella Christian. They need to pick up just 1 yard to convert here.
Yeah, this would be a big play here as they really need to get the ball moving. An opportunity here to pick up a first down and try to get some momentum going offensively. But it's hard to do against this PCM defense. These guys are fast. They are flying to the ball here tonight.
Third down and 1. They need to get it to the 40-yard line. Kakmarinsky in the gun. Single receiver to either side. Jet sweep handoff around the corner, this time on the left. Bennett Spronk gets out of a tackle. Now he's running back inside the 25, in the backfield still, spins out of a tackle, and he ends up being brought down at the 30-yard line. But what an effort by Bennett Spronk on the jet sweep to the left. He sees white shirts in front of him and goes back behind almost to the 20-yard line and ends up getting tackled for a loss of about 3 yards.
Yeah, he lost 3 yards. He probably ran about 30, 40 yards in total. But really good effort. He probably should have lost about 5 or 6, but ends up weaving his way in the backfield for a loss of a couple, and they'll have to punt it away.
Another 3 and out for Pella Christian. And they'll punt this thing away. Jacob Van Winkle back deep to return for PCM. Good rush. Punter goes to the ground. Flag flies. Van Winkle gets on a knee and makes a fair catch. But it's going to be either roughing or running into the punter. And it's within 5 yards, so it's going to be a first down either way for Pella Christian.
Aiden Stoltz is punting for Pella Christian, and he struggled a little bit last week. This one, he sends a bomb under that type of pressure with the penalty.
And so, of course,
first down, Pella Christian.
So the penalty will end up negating the 3 and out, and Pella Christian will get another shot at it as they'll get a first down. They're just figuring out where they're going to spot the ball now, it looks like. Should be about the 30. They should spot it about the 35, 36-yard line.
Yeah. I didn't get the signal. Did they call it 5 or 15?
It must have just been 5.
So running
because the PCM is lining up there right at the 35. And now it looks like it's going to be an LG mandatory timeout. As I get my sponsor in here, LG Seeds. brings you this officials timeout with 5:02 to play in the first quarter. It's PCM 7 and Pella Christian nothing. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
If you're like most business owners, paperwork is not something you look forward to. And you'd like to spend more time with your family, but payroll needs to be done. Bills need paid. You know the drill. Stop! Call Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer, and Nickel. Let them do the work for you while you spend time away from the office. They can help you with bookkeeping, payroll, tax planning, and other services. Free up your time and have the peace of mind knowing it's done by a team of knowledgeable professionals.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer, and Nickel.
If you got a skunk going through your junk, call Maniga Pest Control.
If you're having problems with skunks, raccoons, possums, groundhogs, or any other nuisance wildlife, you don't have to call the DNR. I have a nuisance wildlife permit, which allows me to trap and remove these unwanted animals from your property. I am Sean with Maniga Pest Control, and I want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Maniga Pest Control.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth after an officials timeout presented by LG Seeds. 5:02 to play here first quarter. Pella Christian picks up a first down, and it's a fake handoff on the jet sweep to Boonder, and a swing out to the near side of the field, and a catch at about the 40-yard line. This time is Eric Mulder picking up a couple yards on the swing pass over there to the near sideline.
One of the things you'll see from the Eagles all night long is that they're trying to use the whole field, using some sweeps, some quick passes out to the receiver, that time faking the sweep to the right, coming back to the left side of the field was Kakmarinsky, and finding Mulder for a nice gain on first down.
Brings up second down at about 6 for Pella Christian heading to the north end of the stadium here in their own territory. It's a quick pass in and out of the hands of Bennett Sprunk. Off of his fingertips. Yeah, he had some room to run, but he was quickly bottled up the instant his fingertips hit that ball, and it just falls an incomplete pass.
I think, he recognizes the speed on the Mustang defense there. That's always a tough thing to do, to catch the ball across the middle like that. And had a hard one coming up with that one. Hard time.
It's 3rd and 5. Make it 3rd and 6 here for Pella Christian. Kakmarinsky in the gun. Boonder, they fake the jet sweep handoff. Quarterback keeper Kakmarinsky. He's swallowed up and spun down in the backfield as Durant Van Dyke runs in. The defensive end tears him down back behind the 35-yard line. And another 4th down here for Pella Christian.
Heck of a play there from Durant Van Dyke. Isaac Kakmarinsky with absolutely nowhere to go. The second he faked the handoff, Van Dyke was in his face, and he wraps him up and makes a nice play.
JD, Pella Christian, aside from that first down that they got via penalty, they've been having some trouble moving the ball here.
Yeah, this defense, you can tell, you can see why they're ranked number 1 in the state. This defense can fly around and make some plays.
Stoltzen to punt it away, no contact this time. It's up in the air, a good kick, and running back and making the fair catch is Landon Fenton for the Mustangs. Makes the fair catch, running back at about the 26-yard line. That is where PCM will take over, as they'll have it 1st and 10 with 3:38 to go in the first quarter. Mustangs on top, 7-0. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. It was a Sage Burns quarterback sneak for the first score of the game. That's how we have our 7-0 PCM lead here over Pella Christian. That was in case you missed it. Presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. So it's PCM with the ball here, 1st and 10, 3:38 to go here in the first quarter. In their own territory at the 28-yard line. Stock on a quarterback keeper on a left side run. Turns the corner right at about the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a yard or two before being tackled there along the far sideline. Brings up 2nd down and long here for PCM.
Good pursuit there from the linebacker, Isaac Kakmarinsky, as Stock tried to work the left edge a little bit, but Pella Christian has some athletes out there with some speed too, and they're able to hold him to a short gain. But PCM with a ton of momentum from their last drive. Anderson was heating up a ton of yards, so I expect them to give him the ball a little bit here.
So Anderson picked up all the yards. Sage Burns got himself a touchdown. Twin receivers to the near side of the field. It's Anderson once again up the middle, and he's spun down after a short gain once again. So third down and long coming up for PCM. Third down and about 7 here for the Mustangs. They need to get to the 37-yard line to convert.
Yeah, early on in the game, these are some big plays. With PCM being up 7-0 already, 3rd and 5. They had last drive. They had no trouble moving the ball, but we'll see if Pella Christian can hold them or if PCM can really continue to keep the pedal on.
Aside from that one drive, a defensive shootout here so far. And here's Stock dropping back to pass. Flushed out to his left. Pump fake, still rolling out left. Throws it in and out, and it's intercepted by the Eagles. There to pick it off is Peyton Ritzer, and he's brought down at the 36-yard line. INT, and the Eagles take over in Mustang territory. A chance to tie this game.
Really, from the PCM perspective, it's an unfortunate play. Stock didn't have what he was looking for initially, rolled out to the right, tried to make a play, had a receiver in and out of his hands, and you see that happen all the time. When the ball's popped up, Pella Christian's able to come up with the ball, and that's a big-time play as momentum begins to shift here in the game with a big turnover.
2:16 to go here, quarter number 1. Pella Christian trails 7-0, but they have it in PCM territory. They'll start at the PCM 38-yard line.
We'll see if they take a shot here after the turnover.
Kakmarinsky, the sophomore QB, in the gun, fakes a handoff. It's a QB keeper to the left. And he picks up almost a first down to about the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 9 yards on the QB keeper for Kakmarinsky. Second down and a long 2 here for the Eagles as they have a good play here to start the drive.
Yeah, that's the best play we've seen from them tonight so far. A little fake handoff to the right, a little misdirection, and Isaac Kakmarinsky got the defensive end to bite and worked the left end there for a nice gain.
Second down and about 2. Kakmarinsky alone in the shotgun. Trips to the far side, twins to the near side. A deep drop back. Over the middle he goes, and it is incomplete. It was in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Luke Mulder, and it brings up a third down. Good defense in there by the Mustangs to force that incompletion as Mulder had his hands on it, but it was knocked out.
You can see the respect that PCM is having for these big Pella Christian receivers. They're laying back. They're trying not to get beat deep. I think if Pella Christian's going to move the ball, they're going to have to work a few of those shorter routes that we saw a couple drives ago.
It's 3rd and 3. They need the 29-yard line for a first. Do the Eagles. 2 running backs in the formation. It's a handoff to Boonder. Right side run, up the middle, just enough for a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be really close to that marker.
They needed to get to the 28
I think they're going to mark
yard line.
A yard short.
Are they going to mark him a yard short? The down marker says 4th down, and it's going to be a decision here for Pella Christian now. Not quite field goal range, but a very manageable 4th down situation.
Yeah, they've had a ton of success with the most success with Isaac Kakmarinsky running the ball. I think they'll have him keep the ball and try to pick up this first down.
So here we go, 4th and short, 4th and 1. Kakmarinsky, QB keeper on the left side, cuts around the corner across the 30, very close to the line to gain. No call yet. And I think it was just enough for a first down. Yes, it is. Move those chains. First down, Eagles.
Good run there from Isaac Kakmarinsky. The old student body left. He sent everybody left in front of him. He just took the snap and ran to the edge. Didn't have a lot there, but he was able to finish off the run and pick up the nice first down.
52 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Eagles down 7-0 here to PCM. But they're moving the ball here in Mustang territory. Kakmarinsky airs it out near side to the end zone and nearly intercepted by the Mustangs. In and out of the hands of Andrew Mitchell. He had his palms on it but couldn't quite bring it in. He bobbled it a few times at the goal line as it was falling back. And it goes as an incompletion.
Yeah, Eric Mulder is the 6'7" wide receiver from Pella Christian, and they've had some success just throwing the ball up to him, and that's what Isaac did there. But PCM had a couple defenders there, almost picked it off at right around the goal line.
Yeah.
PC dodges a bullet with that one.
Second down and 10. Kakmarinsky in the gun. It's a handoff to Boonder. Nearly brought down to the backfield. Cuts to the left. And he gets just about back to the line of scrimmage. So a third down and long coming up now for the Eagles. They need to get it inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone to the 18-yard line to pick up his first. And another Looks like another timeout is going to be called. An LG Seeds officials timeout. With 19 seconds to go in the first, they run a little bit of time off the clock. With that, let's take a look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Game's going on our network of 6 stations and streams. It's Harlan leading Pella High 14-6 with 5:11 to go in the first. That's on the KRLS2 stream at KNIAKRLS.com. Indianola and Norwalk are tied at 7 at the half. Norwalk scoring on the last play of the half. How about that? 8-7, Linville Solely leads Pleasantville with 2:02 to go in the second quarter. Let's see here. Knoxville trails Keokuk 7-6 in the first quarter early on. That was a little while ago. That was about 20 minutes ago, so we'll hope to get another update on that. Again, that's on 95.3 KNIA. And looks like that's about it right now. Again, that's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank. With offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas, they're serving you and building community across the county. So they just let the first quarter clock run out, and they'll switch sides here as PC will continue their drive. We'll take a quick timeout. Back after this, inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
I'm Lance Klein with the Verduff Agency. For safe, sound, secure insurance protection from auto owners, call the Verduff Agency, 628-3801.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. It's the start of quarter number 2. Our score, PCM 7, Pella Christian nothing. As we start the second quarter of action, sun is sinking down, lights are taking full effect here at Eagle Lane, and the Eagles are moving it now to the south end of the stadium, moving it from left to right. As we see it, Kakmarinsky in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, slings it over the middle, but it's batted down. Incomplete. It was batted by one of the defensive linemen, and that'll go down as an incomplete pass on 3rd down, and it brings up a 4th and 10 situation now for the Eagles.
Good pass rush there from the Mustangs. Those defensive linemen already in this game are making a ton of plays. I couldn't quite tell who it was. It seems like Durant Van Dyke has been all over the field already in this first half. Looked like it might have been him getting a big paw up there and knocking it down.
Strawber Cellular game reset. It was a PCM QB sneak on their second drive of the game. That's how they have this 7-0 lead. So they are going for it on 4th and 10 are the Eagles. Kakmarinsky with 5 wide receivers airs it out to the end zone, far side of the field. It is hauled in for the Eagles touchdown. What a play. Eric Mulder on the fly route along the sideline, an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And Isaac Kakmarinsky threw a strike. I mean, what a ball from Isaac there. Led him perfect, and Eric was able to corral it right as he crosses the goal line. Big play there from the Pella Christian Eagles.
What a play on 4th down and 10. They go for it all, and they get it. And now the PAT is coming up for the Eagles to try and tie this thing up. Jack Fancher in there to attempt the PAT. The left-footed kicker. The snap, the spot is down, the kick is up, and it's through the uprights. 11:47 to go in the second quarter. Our score, Pella Christian 7, PCM 7. Back after this, inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Vermeer Corporation is pleased to support local activities as well as industrial and agricultural equipment customers around the world. The Vermeer team designs, manufactures, and supports equipment that helps communities stay connected to the necessities of life, manage natural resources, and support a vibrant food supply. When you're in the area, be sure to visit the Vermeer Museum and explore the history of the company. Vermeer is committed to making a real impact through all of their business practices. Vermeer Corporation, equipped to do more.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 7-7 ball game, Pella Christian and PCM. After a bullet, well, not a bullet, but it was a dime from Isaac Kakmarinsky to Luke Mulder on 4th down and 10. And just like that, it's a tie ball game here, 7-7. early on in the second quarter. I tell you what, JD, it took a little bit for that Eagles offense to figure some things out, but once they got that turnover, got the ball in PCM territory, it was all business from there.
Turnovers are such a big deal. That's why coaches talk about them all the time. Pella Christian was having such a hard time moving the football. One turnover, pick up a nice first down, and then one big play to Eric Mulder, and the game has changed, and we're tied up.
So it's a end-over-end kick that's fielded about the 18-yard line by one of the PCM up men. It's actually Aiden Anderson. Breaks free down the sideline, and he's tackled at about the 41-yard line. It was nearly able to break it with his speed, but PCM with a good starting field position here, they'll get it right around the 40-yard line here to start.
Yeah, it was actually the kicker, Jack Fancher from Pella Christian, wrapping him up and making the tackle. And if it wasn't for him, Anderson, he might still be running to the end zone.
Always fun when kickers get in there to make the tackle.
Yeah,
a very Pat McAfee-like play right there.
For sure. You got to give him credit when he's out there making a nice hit. Love to see it.
So they'll spot it at the 41-yard line here, PCM, with 11:40 to go here in the second quarter. Mustangs looking for a response. We're tied 7-7 here. Low snap, and it's a handoff up the middle. Anderson swallowed up after a pickup of maybe a half yard or so on the play. In there to bring him down was Isaac Kakmarinsky, among others, there for Pella Christian. And actually, they'll give him a couple yards there. Must have dove forward there in that pile, so they'll spot him at the 43-yard line.
And that play's all Anderson. You know, he was really hit a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Quick little juke move. It picks up a couple and keeps momentum going there for PCM.
Mustangs with 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Stock on a drop back, pocket forms. Now he's under pressure, brought down, a flag flies, but it was Luke Mulder in there to make the sack for PC. We'll see what the flag is all about. Could be holding, he was in the backfield.
Yeah, I think this one's probably going to be declined. It's most likely holding. Yep. And what a play there from Luke Mulder. He is a big-time playmaker for Pella Christian. He's a guy that can really change a game with his ability from defensive end, and that time he got back there and buried Stock there in the backfield.
So they will decline the penalty to get the 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd down and just about 20 to go here. They need to get it across the 50 to the 49-yard line to convert. 3rd and 21 officially. They have it at their own 30. So let's see what the Mustangs dial up here. Stock dropping back. Got some time. Escapes to his left, squares his feet, fires it deep down the middle of the field, incomplete, into triple coverage, and he was looking for his man out there on the fly route. He was looking for Caden Van Dyke, pardon me, and it brings up a 4th and very long situation for PCM, and they'll punt this thing away.
Yeah, somehow he threw that, about 40 yards down the field. A lot of people around the ball, and somehow it hit the ground.
Yeah, right.
You thought it was an interception, a catch, something, but that one falls incomplete, force a punt.
So all the way back to the 30-yard line. So they'll boot this thing away from the 15. High snap. They're able to get it under control. Ball goes almost straight up in the air, but it does carry down to the north, and they'll let this thing roll. What a roll for PCM all the way down to the 21. They'll spot it to the 20-yard line. From 115 all the way to the other 20.
Yeah,
what a punt.
Coaches are going to talk about it all the time, that when the ball is punted, you have to catch the ball as a return man. Somebody's got to be there to catch the ball. That time, nobody's there for Pella Christian. The ball probably rolls 20, 25 yards to end up pinning the Eagles back a little bit. So certainly working in PCM's favor there, and the defense will come back onto the field. But we have a 7-7 game.
Yeah,
it really is. It really has turned into a good game here. Both sides, both defenses playing well. Offenses have had a couple nice drives, and now it's Pella Christian's chance to respond.
And well, for PCM's offense, other than that touchdown drive they've had, it's either been a turnover or a punt.
Yeah, and they've looked so good on that drive, but they've just really struggled to maintain that momentum.
So here comes Pella Christian, 10:39 to go here in the second quarter. In and out of the hands of Spronk, and they'll call it an incomplete pass. It was a forward pass.
Yeah.
And
a little hesitation there from the official, but he did throw that ball forward.
Yes.
Yes, Spronk not able to come up with that one, and he's kicking himself for that, because it looked like he did have some room to turn it up the field, and he's a good athlete that they want to get the ball to him in space, but he's got to be able to catch the ball and then run. He's trying to run before he catches the ball.
So second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Second down and 10 from their own 20 for the Eagles, moving it to the south end of the Pella Christian Football Stadium. Maybe some movement up front, no call. Kakmarinsky rolls out to his left, flings it on the run. It is caught along the sideline, hauling it in, and Van Dyke, and another flag comes in along the sideline. This could be a whole lot more.
Yeah, it's going to be a late hit. We're going to add 15 yards on top of this, I would suspect. Another great pass from Isaac Kakmarinsky. He's a sophomore, hasn't actually played a lot of quarterback. Getting the chance to play quarterback here to start here for the Eagles, and he threw the dime to Eric Mulder, and now he's moving the chains with a nice pass to Caden Van Dyke.
So it is a personal foul against PCM, the official call. So that's a 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the play. And let's see where they spot this ball. They'll spot it at the 47-yard line. PC just 53 yards away, taking the lead, 7-7, 10:29 to go here in the second quarter between the Eagles and Mustangs, Pella Christian and PCM. So it's at the 47 here after the penalty. First down and 10. Kakmarinsky in the gun, low snap. It's a swing pass near side to Bennett Spronk. Looks to make a move, jukes to his right, and is brought down well behind the line of scrimmage all the way back to the 42-yard line.
The exact same play that we saw earlier when Bennett Spronk dropped it. This time he probably wishes he dropped it.
Yep.
He ends up losing 5 yards. But Pella Christian is recognizing that this defensive front from PCM is probably a little too much to handle. So they're trying to get the ball to the edges quickly, whether it's with the run with Kakmarinsky or throwing it out to the edge to try to get some space on the field to work with.
So they're backed up to the 42-yard line now. Here's second down and 15, they call it. Throw near side, incomplete pass, late contact, but no flag flies. Intended receiver for Pella Christian, Eric Mulder there on the curl route, and it brings up third down and 15.
Yeah, after getting beat deep on the last drive, you see, I think the PCM corners and safeties are even playing deeper. They don't want to give up the big play. And Pella Christian trying to work a short little hitch route, but I don't think the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page that time.
9:48 to go here, second quarter. Tie game, 7-7, Pella Christian and PCM. Empty backfield, Kakmarinsky alone in the gun. Receivers running deep. Kakmarinsky airs it out deep. Tipped pass, incomplete. Intended receiver Luke Mulder. Sage Burns in there to swat it down for the Mustangs. And it brings up fourth and long for Pella Christian.
Third and forever. And John, everybody in 4th, 5th grade plays the game 500 where they just throw it up. Whoever gets it, gets it.
That's right.
That's what it looked like right there. Isaac Kakmarinsky throws up a 500 ball. About 5 different guys in the area. Luke Mulder actually almost came down with it, the biggest guy on the field. But gives it a shot on third down, and it's going to have to force a punt here from Pella Christian.
Another punt coming up for Jack Fanch, or make it Aiden Stoltz. So he's back to boot this thing away from the 30-yard line. Back deep to return is Landon Fenton. Oh, it's a PCM roll at the 42-yard line. That's where they'll spot it down. With 9:34 to go here in the second quarter, PCM gets the ball. Tie game here at 7-7. And these Mustangs, they had their way against Newton in week 1 in a 44-18 victory. This time, it's a shootout against a team that was also involved in a shootout last week.
Right, yeah, both defenses are really showing growth as they're really flying to the ball. I'm seeing better discipline from both defenses, not allowing the edge to get beat so bad.
So PCM at their own 41-yard line. It's a jet sweep handoff around the corner. And tackled out of bounds is number 16, Jacob Van Winkle for PCM. Not much happening on that one. Picks up maybe a couple yards. Brings up second down and 8 as he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, great speed there from the Pella Christian defense. Van Winkle trying to get to the outside, but Cody Boonder from the linebacker spot matched him step for step all the way to the sideline. And Boonder and Spronk were able to team up for the tackle.
Second down and 8 for the Mustangs. They're moving it from right to left as we see it here from the press box at Pella Christian. Stock is in the gun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, swings it out far side, caught by Gatlin Bell on the screen pass, cuts around the corner, in space down the sideline, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, one man to beat, and he high steps his way into the end zone. That's a touchdown, PCM.
I was just
wait a second. He must have stepped out of bounds.
Oh, the ref. I didn't even see that. Called him down at about the 15-yard line.
Wow. He kept running as if he was gone. Hold that thought on the touchdown, as it ends up just being a pickup to about the 15-yard line. We thought he was gone. He was right down that sideline.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, PCM has not had that big play offensively. You know, they haven't been able to get the big chunk game, and there you see it as they throw a nice little screen pass off to the right.
So it's at the 20, make it the 16-yard line inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Anderson up the middle, spins out of one tackle, but goes straight into another one at about the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 5 coming up here for PCM.
Good play on first down from the Mustangs, continuing to move the ball with Anderson. I tell you what, if you just give that guy the ball, something is going to happen. You know, he can turn. He turns 2-yard gains into 7-yard gains. If he's about to lose 2 yards, he makes a defender miss and gains a couple. You know, he does a great job at the running back spot.
8:10 to go here in the second quarter. PCM on the move, and it's a handoff to Anderson once again to the left side. Looks to cut it upfield, stops, and now he slips at about the 10-yard line. Flag flies. 3rd down coming up, but we'll see what the flag is.
I think we're going to see a hold here. He worked the left edge.
I saw one of the PC coaches on the sideline signal that maybe it was a horse collar, as if he was grabbing his collarbone, but that would go against the Eagles. So, and it is against PCM. So we'll back him up probably to about the 20-yard line or so, and it'll still be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that's a tough one there from the Mustangs because they're starting to move the ball. They get into the red zone, and there just wasn't a lot there. And as the receiver who was called for holding, sometimes you just got to accept it, you know, and say, you know what, we didn't gain a lot here, but we'll live to fight another down. But now moving 10 yards back, getting behind in the chains, they're going to need another big play if they want to find the end zone.
So they back it up to the 20-yard line. It's 2nd and 15. Stock with 2 running backs in the formation. In the shotgun, turns around, hands it off to Anderson, follows his blocker upfield, in some space, jukes around a defender, down close to that goal line, and he's tackled down at about the 3-yard line. Make it 1st and goal for the Mustangs.
We've given
risky, and they were bringing him down.
Yeah, we've given a ton of credit, and rightfully so, to Aiden Anderson, but that time the lineman made the play. Let's give the lineman some credit. Grayson Strum, I see him about 15 yards downfield, still laying big blocks. The left guard setting up his running back for a big gain.
1st and goal from the 4. They're in the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. 7:26 to play, 2nd quarter. And it's a quarterback keeper. Stock in space, lowers the shoulders, dives forward, and he's in for the PCM touchdown. Augie Stock faked the handoff on the quarterback keeper to the right, turned the corner, lowered those shoulders, in for the touchdown.
Augie Stock is a good-looking athlete. We've seen him throw some nice balls. This time he's able to keep it himself and actually lowered his shoulder there at the end to finish it and dive into the end zone. And good response there from PCM as they're able to drive right down the field.
13-7 our score. PAT coming up with Tyler Keeker into attempt it. Snap, spot, kick is up. And this one is good. And with 7:18 to go in the second quarter, our score, PCM 14, Pella Christian 7. Back after this, inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At H&R Block, we want you to focus on your business while we handle your books. From payroll and bookkeeping to expert tax preparation and advice, we're ready to put our expertise to work on your small business. For the year-round services you need and the one-on-one attention you deserve, partner with H&R Block Business Services. Stop by our offices in Knoxville, Newton, or Sheraton, or give us a call at any of our local offices to learn more. At participating offices, services do not include audit, attest, or other services for which a license is required.
The City of Pella reminds residents of lawn maintenance regulations. City code states that growths of grass or weeds in excess of 8 inches shall be determined a nuisance. It is also unlawful to deposit grass or lawn debris into a street or alley. Property owners are also responsible for trimming tree limbs and shrubs that may overhang streets and sidewalks. City staff would like to encourage everyone to do their part in abiding by the regulations, which will help keep our community safe and looking its best. This message has been brought to you by the City of Pella.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, following a 4-yard touchdown run by quarterback Augie Stock of PCM. And with 7:18 to go in the second quarter, our score is PCM 14, Pella Christian 7. JD, though, these two teams involved in quite the defensive battle. Now it's Pella Christian's turn to go down and score themselves.
Yeah, you said it. Both defenses they've been excellent today pursuing the football, and that drive right there, an excellent drive from PCM, showing why they are the #1 team in Class 2A in the state right now. I imagine on their sidelines they're going to be talking about consistency. They've had a couple really good drives, and they've had some drives where we've seen Pella Christian be able to use their team speed to slow them down a little bit. But when they put the gas pedal down and they start handing it off to Anderson and the linemen are making holes, they're really, really tough to stop. But now if Pella Christian wants to hang around, they're going to have to respond here in the first half.
Caden Van Dyke and Cody Boonder back deep to return for the Eagles, as Tyler Keeker to boot this thing away for PCM. They'll be kicking it from right to left here as we see it. Again, our score, PCM 14, Pella Christian 7. Keeker, with his arm in the air, makes the run-up and the kickoff, end over end. And Van Dyke drops the ball and picks it up at about the 15-yard line, and he is spun down. Caden Van Dyke, after dropping the ball, picks it up and makes something out of nothing there, and Pella Christian will take over at their own 18-yard line. A long field to drive here for the Eagles. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, we got 7:12 left to go here in the first half, and this is going to be a big drive from Pella Christian. They're going to have to be able to move the ball if they want to hang around, because I think PCM's offense is starting to find their rhythm, starting to find another gear, and Pella Christian, if they want to keep up, going to have to pick up a couple first downs and move the ball.
That touchdown came after they got the interception, and they started in PCM territory, and a long field to drive here. We'll get you a Strawberry Cellular game reset coming up after this play. 1st down and 10 at the 19-yard line. That's where they'll start. Kakmarinsky in the shotgun. No one in the backfield, though. A tight end in the formation. Fakes a handoff, and now he's spun down in the backfield. In there to make the stop for PCM. Big man number 67, senior Kinzer Sloan, in there to make the stop. Second down and about 14.
Yeah, Kinzer Sloan, the defensive lineman, makes another great play, and the defensive line for PCM has been excellent all night. That time he just whips Kakmarinsky around and tosses him onto the turf.
So Kakmarinsky, the youngster, learning some lessons out there. Had no room to go on that one, though. And we'll line up in the shotgun here. 6:45 to go here in the second quarter. Movement up front. Flags fly. And we'll see what the penalty is all about here. Someone jumped. It's either against PC or PCM. And we'll get the call here momentarily. It is a false start against Pella Christian, so that'll back him up 5. Strawberry Cellular game reset. Several punts here in this game. PCM started the scoring with a QB sneak by Sage Burns. An interception by Peyton Ritzert of Pella Christian puts the Eagles in PCM territory, and they're able to get a touchdown pass to Luke Mulder, a long one out of that. And then, of course, Augie Stock with a 4-yard touchdown to put the Mustangs back on top. Kakmarinsky rolls out to his left, looks to throw. Downfield, overshoots Bennett Sprunk along the sideline. And it brings up 3rd down and long. By the way, that was a Strawberry Cellular game reset. Strawberry Cellular is your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular and Dish Network in downtown Pella.
Yeah, PC's been moving in the wrong direction here as they had a loss of 5 and then a penalty moving them back. This time trying to use Kakmarinsky's legs to get out to the edge and make a play, but not a lot there for the Eagles.
They're all the way back to the 11-yard line. They need to get to the 29 for a first down. 3rd down and 18 for Pella Christian. We'll see what they dial up here. Trip receivers to the far side of the field. Kakmarinsky, a low snap. Dances around to the pocket under pressure, and he is spun down back inside the 10. Brought down at about the 7-yard line. And another punting situation coming up for the Eagles. Durant Van Dyke in there to make the stop for PCM. And 4th down and very long once again. Stoltz coming out to boot this thing from his own end zone.
Yeah, a little surprise there from Pella Christian. I would have expected them to be conservative in that part of the field, 3rd and forever. We keep talking about Durant Van Dyke. That is a player right there, making the play in the backfield.
So the line of scrimmage is the 8-yard line, and Stoltz will punt it away from halfway deep into his own end zone. PCM looking to rush. They get it off. A good rush by the Mustangs. Fenton lets it bounce, and it's another PCM roll. So PCM going to get it at the Pella Christian 29-yard line, just 9 yards out of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone with a 14-0 lead.
Sometimes you just need the ball to bounce your way, and the ball that's actually on the punting game has been bouncing PCM's way. They had 20 yards tacked on to a previous punt, and both of the Aiden Stoltz punts have actually come backwards, and now PCM is in a great position to try to extend this lead even further.
5:31 to go here in the second quarter. 14-0 PCM on top of Pella Christian here from Eagle Lane. And the Mustangs with the ball at the Pella Christian 29-yard line. Already with a touchdown lead. And this number 1 team in Class 2A is starting to flex their muscles a little bit here on both sides of the ball. Stock fakes that, and it is a handoff to Anderson up the middle. Follows his lead blocker, and he's brought down at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I expect
good fake there.
Right, that was a nice fake there from Stock. I thought the same thing. It looked like he kept it. But I expect to see a heavy dose of Anderson here as they're really starting to get the ground game going. PCM's offensive line is starting to create some nice holes and get some good push. And I think they'll just continue to hand the ball off here as this drive continues.
Stock in the shotgun. Anderson in there as well. It is a handoff to Anderson this time. Dances around, dives forward, and he's brought down just outside the 20-yard line, very close to the line to gain. And it brings up 3rd down and short here for PCM on about a 4-yard pickup for Anderson on the ground. Like you said, they just keep it on the ground, keep giving it to Anderson. Good things are going to happen.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He can make a spin move. He's got juke moves. He's just dancing all over in the backfield. But the nice thing about Anderson is that when he gets a hole, he's going to hit it really hard. And when they've been able to do that, they've been able to move the ball really well. But here's a 3rd and short.
3rd down and a long one. Stock. It's a handoff to Sage Burns. Left side run into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone as he rumbles forward to about the 10-yard line. Sage Burns, that's his 2nd carry of the night. But it's a big one for a 1st down PCM down inside the red zone.
You got the thunder and lightning. Aiden Anderson's the lightning, and Sage Burns comes in as the thunder.
Yep. So here's Stock. Hands it off. It's Burns once again. Stumbles over a man on the ground and a pile right in front of the goal line. They'll mark him down around the 3-yard line. And Sage Burns pushing the pile. Comes away with it, holding it up. I still got it, man.
And they're going to head right to the line, and they're going to give it to Sage Burns again here.
They're keeping
try to get in the end zone. Yeah, why not?
2nd down and goal from about the 4-yard line. So here's Stock. PCM up a touchdown, and it is Burns once again. Lowers the shoulders and spins into the end zone for a PCM touchdown. Sage Burns with a rumble forward from about 5 yards out.
There's PCM starting to assert themselves, kept the ball on the ground the entire drive, and really just probably ran the exact same play the entire drive as they just handed it off. Anderson started the drive, and once again, Burns is able to finish the drive.
Extra point coming up. Keeker out there once again. Burns the holder. 20-7 is the Mustang lead with PAT coming up. Play clock down to 5. Here's the snap, the spot. Kick is on the way, and it's right through. And with 3:37 to go in the second quarter, our score, PCM 21, Pella Christian 7. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
School is back in session, and area athletes are getting their chance to play fall sports. At Culver's, we're big supporters of our local community, and we appreciate everyone who's working hard so that school and sports can take place in as safe as manner as possible. If you're on your way to one of those events and need a great meal on the go, we invite you to stop by Culver's, where our team has done a great job of adapting to safety guidelines while still serving the Culver's food you love. We hope that you have a great fall from our entire team at Culver's Restaurant in Pella, where we're locally owned and proud to be a part of this great community.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. John Mowinkle, J. Debo are with you here live from Eagle Lane as it was a 4-yard touchdown run by Sage Burns to put PCM on top 21-7 with 3:37 to go here in the second quarter. Let's take a quick look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Keokuk leading Knoxville 14-12 with a minute 30 to go until halftime of that one. That's on 95.3 KNIA. End of the first quarter, Harlan leads Pella 14-6, about a mile to the northwest of here. And that was a little while ago, so they're definitely further along than that. We'll get you an update on that one here as we go along. But again, that's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Here again, it's 21-7 PCM, the number one team in Class 2A, starting to assert their dominance here over Pella Christian, who themselves was in a dogfight here last week. But I don't believe they trailed by 2 touchdowns last week against Des Moines Christian.
No, they were never down quite like this. This is, again, Pella Christian's falling a little bit behind here. They're just having a hard time in the trenches. PCM's got big offensive linemen, and they're good, and they move well, and they're wearing them down a little bit. And when you're playing both sides of the ball, which a lot of these guys are, that begins to wear down a little bit. And I think Pella Christian's probably looking at the clock thinking, how can we make this 3:37 go a little faster and try to get into halftime?
And, of course, Pella Christian kicked off to start the game, so they will get the ball to start the second half. So definitely a big drive here if they can put this one in the barn.
Right.
Keeker to boot this thing away. It's in the air. End over end kick.
Nice.
Boonder fields it back at the 1-yard line. Turns to his left, runs upfield, and he's spun down at about the 17-yard line. Another long field drive here for Pella Christian, as they'll have it with 3.5 exactly to go until halftime. PCM 21, Pella Christian 7. And go ahead.
Yeah, the kickers, at a high school level, if you can have a kicker, a good kicker, it's such a luxury. And Tyler Keeker is one of the best high school kickers that I've seen already. His extra points are awesome. He always gets them nice and high, which is what you like to see. And that time he kicked it, and Caden Van Dyke probably caught that one at about the 2-yard line.
Well, Coach Bonnet said in his pregame interview, special teams would be huge here this week, and so far, it's been huge for PCM, especially with some of those PC punts, those Pella Christian punts that have gotten those PCM rolls, I should say.
Yeah, they've cleaned that up a little bit, certainly this week.
Pella Christian starting at their own 19-yard line. It's a jet sweep. Handoff, Bennett Spronk. It's a halfback pass. It is hauled in on the sideline. The first down all the way across the 50. Eric Mulder makes the catch for Pella Christian into PCM territory at the 47-yard line on the halfback pass.
A lot was made around here, around Pella Christian, about who was going to play quarterback this year. Isaac Kakmarinsky deservedly has won that job. Bennett Sprunk, who just threw that pass, took the handoff and threw the pass. He was the guy that was battling with him, and you can see why as he threw a nice pass there to Mulder.
We'll call that tonight's creative idea, drawn up by Brand Appeal, as it's a handoff to Boonder. A counter play to the left. Picks up a first down inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Another Pella Christian first down.
The Eagles showing some life here. Great run there from the senior Cody Boonder. Took the sweep to the left, but was able to cut it up right down the middle of the field for a nice gain and a first down for the Eagles.
All at the 37-yard line. And again, tonight's creative idea, drawn up by Brand Appeal, was a jet sweep. Bennett Spronk gets the ball, flings it down the field to Luke Mulder, hauls it in for tonight's creative idea, drawn up by Brand Appeal. When your team needs creative ideas, call the team at Brand Appeal, your creative agency for all your print, web, video, or interactive needs. First down, Eagles, driving it down deeper into Mustangs territory here. 2.5 to go until halftime. Kakmarinsky flings it far side of the field, but it falls incomplete. And it looks like Mulder, again, the intended receiver out there, just slipped. Could not quite make a play on that one, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, they look to Eric Mulder again there. Looks like a little miscommunication. Isaac Kakmarinsky, being a good leader at quarterback, says, my fault. My fault. He kind of missed him there, a little missed time.
And how about that leadership as a sophomore quarterback?
Yeah, you really like to see that, and that's something that's going to develop as the season progresses even more. But showing that maturity as a sophomore. Both quarterbacks are sophomores, and both are doing a terrific job.
2:31, clock is stopped. Kakmarinsky, twin receivers to the near side. Kakmarinsky takes a snap, rolls right, throws it, caught along the sideline, and hit immediately. And that was Bennett Spronk making the play there for Pella Christian, in there to make the hard tackle for PCM. Justin Maggard right there along the sideline gives him a good pop.
Man, great play from Justin Maggard. When you play defensive back, you are just waiting for that time where you can pop the receiver, and that time he timed it perfectly. And Bennett Sprock's going to be feeling that one in the morning.
Clock running, 2 minutes to go. Pella Christian needs to get this thing moving now as the clock keeps on running. Each team with all 3 timeouts. Kakmarinski, a quick throw, near side, caught by Mulder, jukes around a man, and he's brought down at the 31-yard line. Not enough for a first down. 4th down and medium here for Pella Christian. You'd think they got to go for it.
Yeah, they'll be going for it here. That time a little better timing from Kakmarinski to Mulder. Hits him for a short hitch route, sets up a 4th and 4, 4th and 5 here. They'll take a timeout to talk about it.
Pella Christian calls their first time out of the half. 1:24 to play here in the first half. PCM 21, Pella Christian 7, and it'll be a 4th down and 4 here for Pella Christian. They need to get across the 30 to the 27-yard line to convert. And definitely one of the biggest plays of the game coming up here for Pella Christian. If they can get in the end zone here before halftime, we're talking about a whole different ballgame.
No doubt. You know, as Pella Christian trying to pull off the big upset here at home, these are plays they are going to have. You want some momentum coming into halftime, and Coach Kakmarinski recognizes the moment here, calls the timeout, gathers the troops, and they'll be drawing up the best play that they got here on 4th and 4.
We do want to recognize tonight's fan of the game. Have you tried the new Delivery.com restaurant delivery service in Pella? With great local restaurants like George's, Canaritos, Yamato, Liberty Street Kitchen, Windmill Cafe, and more, you can have fresh food delivered right to your home or business for lunch or dinner, just like Samantha Minders did last week. She is tonight's fan of the game and has won a $10 gift certificate towards her next order. Try Delivery.com this week and then listen to next week's broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com. So here you go, JD. It's a big 4th down coming up for Pella Christian. 4th down and 4. They need to get it to the 27-yard line to convert. The timeout is over with. Minute 24 to go here till halftime. Eagles down 2 scores.
Ball on the right hash. I expect to see Kakmarinski rolling out to the left here, give him a run-pass option to see if he can make the play.
Here we go, 4th down and 4. Huge play for the Eagles. Kakmarinski, a quick throw over the middle, incomplete. Past the outstretched arms of Luke Mulder. Could not quite haul it in, and it's a turnover on downs for Pella Christian. PCM gets it back.
Yeah, that time, that's a great play call. It was actually Bennett Sprong who ran a slant route. It looked like Isaac thought he was going to hold up and sit in the gap. Bennett kept running that slant route, threw it a little bit behind him as a result, and PCM able to get the stop.
So PCM with 1:20 of their own to try to make something happen here. You'd think they'd be aggressive. They still have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, why not?
Right?
Why not? You can, with their offense, they're one big play away or one cut away from making a big play. They'll take a timeout here. Interesting.
PCM calls their first time out of the half. We'll take it as well. 1:20 to go here till halftime. Our score is PCM 21, Pella Christian 7. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
For the first time since COVID, brand new blockbuster releases are now showing at Pella Cinemas. Magic, Wolfbane, and other Teenage Mutants are held against their will at a secret facility in the new Marvel superhero blockbuster, New Mutants, rated PG-13. They must fight for their lives as they learn to deal with their special powers. Pella Cinemas also presents the brand new comedy movie, Bill and Ted Face the Music, rated PG-13, and the brand new action thriller Tenet, rated PG-13, where a secret agent uses time travel to prevent World War III. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy new release movies at Pella Cinemas.
It's almost hard to believe, but we're playing high school football this fall in Iowa, and the Guru has been gearing up all summer long. Tune in to KNIA and KRLS every football Friday night as Kurt DeYoung goes head-to-head with our experts to pick the winners of our local high school football games as part of Pick'em, presented by DeYoung Door Service. Then tune in after the games are over for the scoreboard show to see how we all did.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth following a Pella Christian turnover on downs. PCM just called a timeout. 1:20 to go here till halftime. Time, Mustangs 21, Eagles 7. Stock looks to air this one out down the near sideline. He's got Van Winkle, and it's incomplete. Double coverage down there with Bennett Spronk and Ian Stravers down there to cover Van Winkle on the fly route down the near sideline. 2nd down and 10 Mustangs.
Yeah, they're coming out of a timeout. Augie Stock was licking his chops when he heard that play call, and he knew he had the chance to throw a deep one to Van Winkle. Van Winkle's got some jets, man. That dude is flying down the sideline. Just about had a big play there, but...
Motor Inn Auto Group Instant Radio Update. Pleasantville leads Linville-Sully 21-8, 9:59 in the 3rd. Here, a minute 13 to go until halftime. Stock fakes the handoff, swing pass, far side, finds Gatlin Bell on the screen. Turns to his right, cuts it upfield across the 40 to the 45, and brought down along the sideline at the 50. Late flag along the sideline. This might be 15 more.
They've had some success going to Bell there on the screen earlier in the game, and this time they do it again, and he's a heck of a player too. Makes a nice play.
The flag was thrown right at the 50-yard line. So you'd think that if it is late hit against Pella Christian, that PCM would have it all the way down to the 35. We're awaiting the official call.
Or Scholar.
And it is against Pella Christian. And that should be a 15-yard mark off from the spot of the foul, which looked like it was about the 46-yard line. So they'll march it across the Eagle logo into Pella Christian territory to the 39-yard line. A big penalty there for Pella Christian. And now PCM with 65 seconds to move the ball 39 yards. Here we go, 1st and 10 Mustangs. Stock looks to drop back. Got some time, dumps it off to Sage Burns. Spins out of a tackle at the 45. Not the second one, though. What a fantastic open field tackle by the Eagles defense. Drew Geetings looked like was in there to make the tackle for the Eagles, as well as a couple others.
Yeah, I love the play call from PCM, trying to let the rush come at the quarterback, and Augie Stock drops it off to Burns with some blockers in front, but just great pursuit. I think Pella Christian snuffed that one out early to tackle him in the backfield.
So PCM has called a timeout with 51 seconds to go here till halftime. Again, they lead at 21-7 over Pella Christian. And you think of Sage Burns as maybe more of a power type of running back. Instead, they look to maybe use him as a speed back, and it doesn't quite pay off for PCM.
Yeah, well, he's one of those backs. He has the power, and I imagine he has some speed too. I mean, he's a great athlete out there. So to get him in some space can be dangerous. In PCM now, 2nd and 15. They're back at the 44-yard line, but it's really, they got to manage the clock as well. They've really been able to gain this lead and gain the momentum by keeping the ball on the ground, and I think now they're going to have to go to the air if they're going to punch one in here before the half.
Certainly a statement drive here for PCM if they can finish it off. 51 seconds to go here till half. Again, they're up 21-7 over Pella Christian. PCM with the ball at the Eagles' 44-yard line. Dual running backs here for the Mustangs. Stock, the quarterback, low snap, gets it under control, rolls out to his right, fires it toward the sideline, hauled in along the sideline. Number 35, that is Braden Berger in there to haul it in for the Mustangs. I believe that's his first catch of the game, and it's a 3rd down and manageable now for PCM. 3rd down and about 5. They need to get to the 30.
Yeah, excellent play there from PCM. The offensive line really did a great job of getting Stock time in the backfield, able to set his feet, and you can just see Augie Stock's got some arm talent as he's able to just whip it down the right sideline for a nice gain.
PCM has used 2 of their 3 timeouts here on this drive. They have 1 remaining, and there's 44 seconds to go till half. 3rd down and 5. They need to get it to the 30. They're at the 35. Stock, play action. That ball hit the ground. Yes, it did. A swing pass to the far side. They were looking to get it out to Berger once again, and that was a bounce pass. And it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Berger had some space in front of him, but the ball just skipped right in front of him, and he somehow still caught the ball. It actually looked like he might have caught it.
Right. So here comes 4th down and about 4, make it 4th down and 5 for PCM. And it looks like Stock is staying out there on the field. Aiden Anderson there as well. And a big play on defense here for Pella Christian. 40 seconds to go. If they get a turnover on down, they have a chance to do something. Here's Stock, rolls back to his left, Fires it deep down the sideline. It's hauled in by Gatlin Bell at the 20-yard line. Huge pickup on 4th down for the Mustangs, and a big-time conversion there in the closing seconds of the first half.
Yeah, I love watching great quarterbacks, and you can see Augie Stock he's just still a sophomore, but that composure to roll out there, buy some time, and hit the wide-open receiver.
They'll spot him right at the 20-yard line on the pickup of about 15 yards. Anderson gets the handoff up the middle, spun down at about the 19-yard line. They're inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone, and a timeout is called. This will be PCM's final timeout with 21 seconds to go till halftime. So, and it was a PCM timeout, I believe. I did not see the direction he pointed, but you would think it would be PCM. So they have no timeouts remaining. So now, with 21 seconds to go, they're going to be going through the air, heading towards the sideline, and we'll see if Pella Christian is able to keep them in bounds. That's going to be the key here down the stretch.
Yeah, these are kind of fun situations to watch early in the season. You can kind of tell about how well these teams are coached. You know, you got to pick up a first down. First down will stop the clock. Otherwise, they got to get to the sideline and get out of bounds, because a sack here or something would really put them back, and the clock would be ticking. It'd be really tough to try to score.
Our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show is coming up momentarily. 21 seconds to go here till halftime. PCM driving. They're in Pella Christian territory at the 19, and it's 2nd and 8. Now, no timeouts for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Eagles, you expect them to bring some pressure. Augie Stock's got all the time in the world back there. He's got a great offensive line. The Eagles are going to have to blitz to get some pressure on him to try to make a big play.
Stock. It's a bunched-up formation on the left. Stock dropping back to pass. Fires it deep to the end zone. Corner of the end zone incomplete. Looking for Van Winkle, but a flag flies in the backfield. And it brings up 3rd down. And yet another flag here. And this is a big call, too.
Yeah, for sure. I expect holding. There's 2 penalty flags on the field.
So they're going to march PCM back.
Yeah. That time, Pella Christian rushed 4. They weren't able to get to Augie Stock, but the reason is because they're getting held, and that time the refs are all over it, and that's going to put them back a little bit. Plus, about 5 seconds came off the clock. It's going to bring them way back.
So I think what it was is the 2 penalty flags. Maybe it was just both 2 referees seeing the same penalty, potentially. But either way, it's 2nd down and forever now. 2nd and 23. Wow. PCM with the ball all the way back now at the 36-yard line. They were at the 19.
Well, they do have a great kicker, so you could see a nice little play here to set up the kicking game.
Stock dropping straight back to pass. Under some pressure, flush to his right. Now he's taken off downfield to the 30, cuts it inside. He's in some space. He cuts it inside the 10 to the 5, stumbling forward at the goal line. Very close. He'll be marked just short. 3 seconds to go. The clock will stop to move the chains. And now PCM.
Hold up, we have a flag.
All the way back.
40 or 38 yard
on the
line.
nose of the
Oh my goodness, this is coming back.
Wow.
I was holding my breath because Augie Stock rolls out, and with the time and score, I thought he's got to get out of bounds, and he cuts it up, turns on the Jets, and just about puts one in the end zone, but it doesn't matter. Yep. It's coming back. Wow.
So 2 big-time penalties against PCM prevents them from potentially going up by 3 touchdowns here at half, but there are still 3 seconds to go. Stock is out there, and let's see where they mark him. So they're right at the 40-yard line.
I didn't catch the penalty. Did you see what they called?
I thought it was holding against PCM.
Okay.
2nd down and 28. But that really doesn't matter now. 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, we're going to see a Hail Mary here.
Let's see what kind of cannon Augie Stock has. Twin receivers to either side of the field, 40 yards to go to the end zone. Stock on the last play of the half, right at the middle of the field, flushed out to his left. He's got someone downfield, fires it deep to the end zone, looking for Bell, batted down, incomplete. And that brings us to halftime. What a defensive stand by the Eagles to close out the first half.
Yeah, great play there in the end zone. Bennett Sprunk's able to knock it down and get into halftime unscathed there from Pella Christian.
Halftime score, PCM, the number 1 team in Class 2A, 21. and Pella Christian 7. Our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show is coming up next on 92.1 KRLS, live from Eagle Lane.
Marion County Bank salutes farmers and their families in Marion County and the surrounding area. Hi, I'm Brian Hoosier, Ag Lender at Marion County Bank, and we know that for today's farmers to be successful, it takes more than just hard work and dedication. It takes a commitment. At Marion County Bank, we're committed to our area farmers' success too. We have the experience and expertise to help you with your farming operation, and we invite you to visit us in Pella or Knoxville for your ag lending needs. Thank you, farmers. Member FDIC.
At US Cellular, we speak fair. When we say you don't have to pay activation fees, we mean it. Plus, right now when you switch, you also get $700 toward the latest phones. Yep, we mean that too. Upgrade to fair with US Cellular. Promotional pricing requires an unlimited everyday or even better plan. New line port and credit approval. Qualified smartphone purchase and comes via monthly bill credit on a 30-month RIC. Taxes, fees, and additional restrictions apply.
At US Cellular, we believe in a new approach, one that puts you first. Visit Strawber Cellular, an authorized agent of US Cellular, located at 826 Main Street in Pella. US Cellular, upgrade to fair.
Well, I'm back in school, so that means summer is pretty much over. But it's not too late for you to enjoy store-wide savings at De Blumenhof. We're having a 35% off store-wide sale this Friday and Saturday, with just a few exceptions that may apply. So before you celebrate Labor Day, with time away from work, De Blumenhof will also be closed on Monday. Stop by on Friday and Saturday to get your colors worth. Take advantage of our 35% off store-wide sale.
De Blumenhof, get your colors worth.
Above all, you want to create something you're proud of. At Precision Pulley & Idler, each employee receives countless hours of instruction. That's why Precision Pulley & Idler is not only proud, but understands the work our area students put in each year to make their own season a success. Precision Pulley & Idler encourages our area students to combine a strong work ethic and attitude to achieve their goals this season. Good luck to our area athletics and activities this fall from Precision Pulley & Idler. We keep it moving.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. I'd like to take a moment to wish all of the sports teams from Pella Christian, and Central College the best of luck as they compete this season. We know that you've put in a lot of hard work, and we're cheering you on. We're working hard, too, to make sure that your pets are well taken care of. Whether it's wellness exams, emergency care, boarding, grooming, or just a quick stop at our pet food center, we're here for you. Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern. And we think a lot of the youth in our community, so go Little Dutch, go Eagles, and go Dutch.
For over a century, the Jarsma family has been baking delicious Dutch treats in historic downtown Pella, including the famous Dutch letter. From the moment you walk into Jarsma Bakery, your taste buds will come alive with anxious anticipation for their delicious Dutch treats. Whether it's goodies for the office, treats for your tailgate, or you're a visitor bringing a slice of Pella back home with you, you'll find it at Jarsma Bakery. Good luck to our local sports teams from Jarsma Bakery in downtown Pella.
At Pella Real Estate Services, they're investing in lives through real estate. Team member Sierra Bukite sums up what that means to her in one word.
Impression. Pella Real Estate Services may be the first impression you have of Pella and surrounding areas. As a marketing manager and for our agents in our office, it is important to give people the best impression of this town.
If you're ready to buy, sell, rent, or invest, call 628-1BUY and visit with any member of the team at Pella Real Estate Services.
Store for Homes in Newton is having an inventory relief sale. Save up to 50% off everyday low prices on all furniture and accessories. Get 0% financing till 2023. Save up to 50% off mattresses and adjustable bases and 70% off all clearance items. Plus, carpet and flooring, free installation, carpet tear out and disposal, and moving of furniture. And there's free delivery in Central Iowa. Visit storeforhomefurniture.com for more information.
As students are back in school, it's an important time to follow safe driving habits. Stop completely at stop signs and to allow pedestrians to safely get across crosswalks or to the school bus. And to play it safe and stay alive, don't text as you drive. Focus on safe driving habits when you get behind the wheel. Pella Corporation team members focus on safety in the workplace. That's why we're proud to share these tips in the interest of community safety.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust is now open in their new location at 1318 West Bell Avenue in Knoxville. The new location offers state-of-the-art service and diagnostic equipment to ensure that your vehicle service is the absolute best you will find anywhere. Bridgestone and Firestone tires and many other brands for all cars, light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, and farm equipment. Keep listening for an upcoming grand opening celebration and open house.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
When you're doing business in a community, it makes a difference who you do business with. Kevin Wadley CPA in Knoxville does tax returns, electronics filing, and general bookkeeping, what CPA doesn't. But Kevin also knows the value of offering more than just business. You'll see Kevin supporting the community through civic organizations, working with our young people, volunteering his time to local organizations, and more. That's dedication to the future of Marion County. Never underestimate the value of a CPA. Kevin Wadley CPA in Knoxville.
We're back live at Pella Christian High School as we welcome you to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front-end work, there no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart and Pella at Central Tire and Auto. John Mowinkle and J.D. Bohr with you here for this Week 2 contest between Pella Christian and PCM. Our halftime score is PCM 21 and Pella Christian 7. About another 9 minutes to go before the start of second half action. Let's just give you a brief rundown of how things went there in that first half. Several punts by each team, but PCM on their second drive of the game, they're able to cap it off with a Sage Burns QB sneak from just a yard out to make it 7-0. Pella Christian goes 3 and out on the ensuing drive. Actually, that was where there was the roughing the kicker, and then there was, right after that, there was fourth down again. So essentially, still the same result. An interception by Peyton Ritzert puts the Eagles in scoring position as they take over at the 36-yard line. They're able to punch it in with a big-time touchdown from Isaac Kakmarinsky to Luke Mulder through the air from about 21 yards out that actually came on a fourth down play as well. So that tied us up at 7-7. Couple more punts later, PCM has Augie Stock run it in on a quarterback keeper from about 5 yards out, making it 14-7. Pella Christian is forced into a punting situation. Sage Burns runs in a touchdown from a few yards out for PCM once again. And then a turnover on downs for Pella Christian as they were, as the clock was running down with just over a minute to go. Pella Christian had a chance to get within one touchdown, but a big turnover on downs deep in PCM territory, just out past the outstretched arms of Bennett Spronk, the intended receiver. JD, that was a big defining play in this first half, because then it's a one touchdown game. If Pella Christian is able to score, they get the ball to start the second half. We're talking about a whole different ball game at that point.
Yeah, one of the things that you're always looking at is momentum going into halftime, and PCM, actually both teams had chances to try to score there. Pella Christian actually had a chance with about 2 minutes to go to try to punch one in. PCM had a chance to try to punch one in, and both defenses getting stops keeps it here at a 21-7 game. But I would say momentum is maybe slightly in Pella Christian's favor, as they were able to hold them from getting in the end zone, and they're obviously going to get the kick here to start the second half.
Well, yeah, and a couple of big penalties there against PCM. Augie Stock weaves his way around guys from about 35 yards out, gets down to about the half-inch line, if you will, just outside the end zone. PCM has a chance to spike it with 3 seconds to go and then run a play there to end the half. Instead, a couple of holding penalties. They ended up having a Hail Mary situation from the 40, which they almost got. But, like you said, the Eagles with momentum on their side with that big defensive stop here going into halftime.
Yeah, it was a well-played first half from both sides. There's been an interception. We haven't seen any fumbles. The ball has rarely been on the ground at all tonight. So they've really cleaned things up on both sides. And yeah, it ends up with a pretty close game here at halftime, maybe a little bit closer than many expected, with the number one team in the state up 21-7.
Well, let's go inside the numbers, written by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Taking a look at tonight's halftime stats. This is a pretty big one. PCM with 21 rushes, only 77 yards on the ground here so far tonight. Last week they had 305 yards against Newton. That's certainly big for PCM with their ground game being relatively contained here in the first half of these so far.
Yeah, they've shown flashes. We've seen the PCM where they just will drive down and hand the ball off to Anderson and hand the ball off to Burns and even Stock getting involved, and they're able to move the ball, but they just haven't been able to get it done on a consistent basis.
Well, and Augie Stock on the ground here for PCM he's had a lot of quarterback keepers here tonight, just with sacks and everything, and runs negated because of penalties. He has 3 rushes for -6 yards. Other rushing numbers: Aiden Anderson, 13 rushes for 58 yards. Sage Burns has 4 rushes for 23 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stock with the other touchdown. So all 3 touchdowns have been the result of a quarterback in some form or another. Meanwhile, for Pella Christian, Cody Boonder, 5 rushes for 11 yards. Isaac Kakmarinsky, 6 rushes for 3 yards. Bennett Spronk, 1 rush for -6 yards. And total rushing for Pella Christian, 12 rushes for only 8 yards. Meanwhile, in the passing game for PCM, Augie Stock is 7 of 12 through the air, 1 interception, and 110 yards through the air. And for Pella Christian, Isaac Kakmarinsky is 7 of 18. No touchdowns, 51 yards through the air. Bennett Spronk has himself a completion as well on a bit of a trick play there. He's 1 for 1 for 34 yards. Receiving numbers for PCM, Gatlin Bell has 4 catches for 90 yards. That's Aiden Anderson, 1 catch for 15 yards. Braden Berger, 1 catch for 10 yards. Sage Burns, 1 catch for -5 yards. And then for Pella Christian, Eric Mulder, 4 catches for 70 yards. Caden Van Dyke, 1 catch for 11 yards. And Bennett Spronk, 3 catches for 4 yards. And again, like you said, a well-played game in the turnover department. Peyton Ritzard with 1 interception, return of 4 yards. So the turnover margin is 1-0 in favor of Pella Christian. And again, our halftime score is PCM 21, Pella Christian 7. It was 7-0 after the first quarter, and then PCM outscored the Eagles 14-7 there in that second quarter. That's been Inside the Numbers, written by Fairway Mortgage. One of the numbers that you might be overlooking is the equity in your home. If you're 62 or older, talk with Jeff Namiga and the team at Fairway Mortgage in Pella about how a reverse mortgage loan could extend or enhance your retirement. Got about another 3 or so minutes to go before the teams get back out, and they'll have another 3 minutes after that to do their second half warm-up, so about another 6 minutes until we get started with the second half of action. When we come back, it's our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. Back with more of the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show after this on 92.1 KRLS.
Do you have friends or family coming to Pella? You should give them the full Pella experience and book them the Visit Pella package at the Amsterdam Hotel. They'll get an overnight stay in our beautifully remodeled hotel, plus 2 tickets to the Historical Village and the Vermeer Windmill. And they'll get $50 in Pella bucks to spend around town, all for just $280 for a one-night stay. That's a lot of money to me, but I'm only 8. It's a really great deal. So make your guests a reservation and book the Visit Pella package at the Amsterdam Hotel on the Molengraat in Pella. The engine in the car goes vroom, 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 vroom. The engine in the car goes vroom, vroom, vroom at Central Tire and Auto.
Central Tire and Auto offers full mechanical work on your vehicle to make sure the engine keeps going vroom, 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 just like it should. If you're like me, you don't know what's wrong, but you know that something is wrong. When that happens, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Sales of new and used cars at Motor Inn Auto Group in Knoxville have been hotter than the fireworks on the 4th of July. And vehicles are moving off the lot faster than Kyle Larson turns laps on the Knoxville Raceway. What does that mean to you? Motor Inn inventory is incredibly low. They need good, clean, used cars, and they're ready to buy yours. Do you have a car or truck that you just don't use much and want to turn it into cash? Motor Inn Auto Group is paying top dollar. That means your trade is worth more today than ever before. Turn your car or truck into cash today at Motor Inn Auto Group, the dealer that's easy to deal with, hard to beat.
This is Todd Chambers from the McKay Group. I want to thank everyone who already does their insurance business through us. I want you to know that we've added a lot of carriers over the past couple of years, and we now have more plans and options than ever before. So if you haven't had us review your coverage lately, please give us a call and let us do that. For those who aren't insured clients already, please give us a call at 641-842-2135. This is the best time ever to let us shop your insurance for you, and we would love to earn your business.
Working within her budget, Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry was able to create the kitchen of Heidi Van Habert's dreams.
Mike came into our home and helped us draw up our plans for our kitchen, and after he drew those up and we agreed on something, then we spent time in his showroom looking at various products. He said, "We can make anything work. Let's just see what you want, and then we will find something to fit into your budget."
Cabinet Design of Pella with our written 100% satisfaction guarantee.
We're back with more of the Central Tire and Auto Radio Halftime Show here on 92.1 KRLS. PCM 21, Pella Christian 7. John Mowinkle and J.D. Boer with you here live from Pella Christian High School as it's time for tonight's second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. J.D., what do you want to see from both teams here as we get the second half started here in a little bit?
Yeah, I think if you're PCM, the Mustangs are going to be talking about consistency. They've had drives where they've been able to move the ball really well offensively. They've had drives that they just get stalled and having to punt. We've seen penalties hold them back a little bit. It's just consistency from the line, consistency from their backs. I would expect them to come out and be able to run the ball a little bit better here in the second half. And if you're the Eagles, you got to find a way to move the ball. If you want to pull off an upset like this, you've got to be able to move the ball. You got to put some points up on the board. And to be honest with you, we read the numbers there. They're really struggling to run the ball, and I would expect them to go through the air a little bit more and try to get that timing right to put the ball in Isaac Kakmarinsky's hands on the offensive side.
Well, those have been tonight's second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. One of the quickest ways to adjust the look of your home is with a new garage door from the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella. About a minute and a half to go before the start of the second half of action as you have been listening to the Central Tire and Auto Radio Halftime Show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart and Pella at Central Tire and Auto. Well, let's take a quick look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. In other games on our network of 6 stations and streams, Indianola on top of Norwalk 20-19 with 10:29 to go in the fourth. Sounds like a pretty good game over there. That's on 94.3 KNIA. Pleasantville on top of Linville Sully, 35-8. Looks like they're in the middle of the third quarter there. At the half, Harlan leads Pella, 14-6. That's on the KRLS2 stream at KNIAKRLS.com. Murray on top of Melcher Dallas, 32-24 at halftime. Some other scores of local interest, well, maybe not of quite local interest, but around the state anyway. West Marshall, who was originally supposed to play PCM here this year before the schedule got changed. At the half, they are trailing Applington Parkersburg 13-12. Big game with the number one team in Class A. Grundy Center defeats Dike New Hartford 35-0. Class A, number one, Grundy Center with the victory there. Dowling Catholic looked like at the half was leading Valley. Yes, it's Dowling Catholic over Valley 22-0 with 7:12 left in the second quarter. So a big game there in Class 4A as well. So that's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas. They're serving you and building community across the county. Big game going on in Northwest Iowa too, JD, huh?
Trying to keep tabs on my little brother's game. Doing what I can.
Well, we're about to start the second half here, and it'll be Pella Christian getting the ball here to start the second half, down by 2 touchdowns. 21-7 is our score.
Yeah, starting to get a little chilly out here. The wind's picking up. We'll see if that affects the game, but it's been a great night for football. I love to look out here onto the field. We got fans surrounding the entire field, socially distant, but there's a lot of people here to catch this game.
Well, certainly a fantastic atmosphere here on Eagle Lane tonight between these two teams. They're very familiar with each other. Ball is in the air, end over end kick, and it'll be fielded at the 15-yard line on the run as Boonder with the return gets up to about the 26-yard line, and that is where Pella Christian will start things off here to start the second half. They're down by 2 touchdowns, 21-7, and they officially spot it at the 25-yard line.
Big first drive here to start the second half by Pella Christian. If you're a PC fan, you're thinking we got to find a way to move the ball. We got to find a way to get some points up here early in the half if they want to stick around. And if you're PCM, you're thinking let's change the gears right here. Let's put it on them.
So here we go. Eagles down 14. Kakmarinsky will take his time getting out there into the shotgun. And we're ready to get started here. Twin receivers on the near side of the field. That's Spronk and Van Dyke. Kakmarinsky in the gun with a running back to his right. Fakes a handoff. Rolling out to his right, Kakmarinsky fires it up deep down the sideline. Incomplete pass. Right at about the 50-yard line, looking for Bennett Spronk in there to make the play. It was Justin Maggard defensively. Good defensive back out there for PCM. Forces the incompletion. Second down and 10.
Yeah, not a really a pretty good throw from Kakmarinsky, and Spronk made a play on the ball, but great defense there from PCM to knock it down. And you see them trying to generate some offense there by rolling out, throwing the ball deep. I think we'll see a lot more of that in the second half.
Trips to the near side of the field here for Pella Christian. Ball spotted, far hash. Quick throw over the middle. Spronk on the slant route. Ball is on the ground. Was it a fumble or was it an incompletion? And they say it is a catch and a fumble. PCM. Wait a second.
Yeah, I think the refs are going to get together to talk about this one, but it looks like it's going to be Mustang football.
One of the refs signaled it was Mustang ball, and after talking about it, well, hold on a second here. Yep, they're flipping the chains around, and PCM gets the fumble recovery. Bennett Spronk makes the catch and gets stripped at about the 30-yard line. And a costly turnover there to start the second half for the Eagles as PCM gets it in Pella Christian territory.
Yeah, one of those bang-bang plays. PC fans think it's an incomplete pass, and PCM thought it's fumble.
From the 30-yard line, Anderson gets the handoff, spins out of a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and is swallowed up back at the 34-yard line. Good play there defensively for Pella Christian. Luke Mulder and others in there on the stop. Second down and long.
Yeah, Luke Mulder had the sack earlier in the game. We haven't called his name too often, but he's a guy who can make game-changing plays. That time gets in the backfield, and Anderson nowhere to go.
They're backed up to the 34-yard line. 45 seconds into this second half. PCM leads Pella Christian 21-7. Two running backs in the formation here for PCM. Stock hands it off to Anderson, follows his blocker straight up the middle in some space. Inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10. 5. Touchdown PCM. Aiden Anderson on the off tackle handoff, followed his blocker all the way downfield. And just like that, it's a 3-score game.
And once again, that's why PCM is ranked number 1 in the state. They hand it off. Kind of a simple play. Great blocking up front. Aiden Anderson uses his speed, turns on the jets, and he's in the end zone.
34 yards on that carry. 27-7 PCM on top. Kicker the PAT. Snap spot. Kick is up. Right through. And with 10:59 to go in the third quarter, our score is PCM 28, Pella Christian 7. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation, with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be a part of the community.
Hey, this is Emerson Dingaman. And I'm Jim Dingaman, and we're the kids behind Dingaman Concrete. Please call my dad Steady. We need you to keep him busy so he doesn't end up at home all day driving us crazy and ruining our fun.
This is Jeff Dingaman with Dingaman Concrete. With this pandemic, now is the time to address those projects around your home or business. Whether it's tearing out and replacing your driveway or parking lot, or pouring all new, call me, Jeff Dingaman, with Dingaman Concrete, where quality comes first.
Please call my dad Steady.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth after an Aiden Anderson 34-yard touchdown run for PCM puts the Mustangs on top 28-7. And with 10:52 to go here in the third quarter, Pella Christian will try again after fumbling on the first drive of this second half. Now down 3 touchdowns, a whole different ball game at this point. And now a costly turnover there for the Eagles for sure. Now the turnover margin is 1-1 right down the middle.
Yeah, Mustangs with a great start there to the second half as they're able to force the fumble and move right down the field into the end zone. And certainly their halftime adjustments have paid off early on here.
So Pella Christian starts at their own 27-yard line here on their second drive of the second half. It's a swing pass to the far side of the field, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Luke Mulder, or make it Eric Mulder out there, drops that ball at about the 30-yard line and brings up second down and 10.
Yeah, Pella Christian's going to continue to try to get the ball on the edge and find some space. Just the timing, it seems a little bit off. I don't know if it's because of PCM speed or just something that they got to continue to work on, but Isaac Kakmarinsky not quite on the same page as his receivers.
Pella Christian second down and 10. They fake the handoff. Kakmarinsky on a rollout in some space, dumps it off and finds Van Dyke on the near sideline at about the 37-yard line. That'll be about 3 or 4 yards short of a first down. Brings up third down and about 3 yards to go here for Pella Christian. Nice catch along the sideline there by Van Dyke. And a third down and manageable here for the Eagles.
Yeah, good play to get the ball out to Caden Van Dyke there along the sideline. They actually bobbled it a little bit. I was a little surprised the ref gave him the catch, but the Eagles will take it. Sets up a 3rd and short.
3rd and 1, in fact. They need to get to the 38. They're at the 37. Kakmarinsky in the gun, trips to the far side, takes a snap. It's a handoff up the middle. Boonder bouncing off tacklers. Very close to that line to gain. A short pickup, but I think he got it.
Yeah, they're marking him right at the chains.
This will be very close. They might measure this. Nope, they move the chains. First down.
Yeah, we haven't called that very often, a Pella Christian first down. So good to see their offense starting to get in gear here a little bit, get some momentum.
Ball spotted at the 38-yard line, just under 10 minutes, 9:53 to go here in the third quarter. Kakmarinsky swings it near side. It is caught by Mulder along the sideline at the 40-yard line, right at the numbers. And he is spun down by Justin Maggard once again. Maggard have been having a good game defensively here for PCM. Yeah, and it brings up second down.
Give the PCM defense some credit. They are keeping everything in front of them, and they are rushing to swarm the ball whenever a play is made or the Pella Christian catches the ball, and that's exactly what you saw there. We've called Justin Maggard's name a couple times. Eric Mulder's a tough guy to guard. He's a big receiver, but he does a nice job of keeping him in front there.
Pella Christian with their 8th first down of the game. They had 7 in the first half. Here's Kakmarinsky, got some time in the pocket, airs it out, far sideline, no, down the middle, and it's incomplete. Looking for Bennett Spronk. And Jacob Van Winkle in there with the deflection for PCM. And it brings up 3rd down and 7 now.
Yeah, if you play Madden, you find that one in the playbook as 4 verticals. Yep. That's exactly what that was. 4 receivers all just ran straight down the field. Isaac trying to find his big target there. Again, couldn't quite find him, but I think he does a great job of giving his receivers a chance in those situations. He knows he's got the advantage, and eventually, every once in a while, they'll pull a couple of those down.
So brings up 3rd down and 7. They need to get to the 48-yard line to convert. Here's Kakmarinsky over the middle. Cannot hit Van Dyke on the crossing pattern. And a 4th down. Maybe a little bit of not everyone was on the same page as Kakmarinsky threw it well outside of Caden Van Dyke, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, for the Eagles, that's really an adjustment of growth that they're going to have to get to be able to convert some of those 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 7s, and find the receivers across the middle. Been struggling with that today, and give PCM's defense a ton of credit, as there is just not a lot of space on the field.
Pella Christian forced into yet another punt here tonight, as Aiden Stoltz gets ready to boot this thing away. In the air, bouncing at about the 40-yard line. Takes a Pella Christian bounce. Some of the Mustangs getting dangerously close to that thing. And it'll be downed at the 27-yard line. Nice punt there for Pella Christian. And PCM will take over at their own 27-yard line with 8:50 to go in the third quarter. 28-7, PCM on top of Pella Christian here. This Highway 163 rivalry matchup. This PCM offense had started to find their stride there late in that second half, or second quarter, I should say. And a quick drive to start this second half after they recovered a fumble. And now they have it in their own territory at the 27-yard line. We'll see what they can put together on this drive. Stock is in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side. They hand it off on a right side run this time. New man in the game for PCM. That's Colby Toole getting his first carry of the game. Senior linebacker getting some offensive action here for the Mustangs and a pickup of a few yards there.
Yeah, the beauty of PCM's offense is that they can beat you in so many different ways. They have a quarterback who has a great arm. They've had some receivers who have made some nice plays. There you see Toole, who's usually leading the way blocking. They reward him with a nice little carry there on first down.
2nd and 7. And it's another handoff to Aiden Anderson. A sweep play to the left, cuts it upfield, now back to the right. Tries to spin out of a tackle at the 30-yard line, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Way to go, Eagles defense, for swarming that ball carrier in there to make the stop. Looked like was Noah Nunn, or make that Joe Deal possibly in there for Pella Christian. Several guys in there. And it brings up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, nowhere to go there. They tried to work the left edge. Try to get Anderson out in some space, but where they've run the ball well is right up the middle. Pella Christian's done a good job with their outside contain of keeping Anderson in front of them.
3rd down and 7. They need to get to the 37 to convert. They fake the handoff. Flag flies. Stock airs it out down the far sideline looking for Gatlin Bell. It's incomplete. Overthrew the intended receiver that time. Holding against PCM, but it was an incomplete pass, so they'll likely decline this and make it 4th down.
Yeah, and those 3rd and long plays, as a Pella Christian follower, I'm keeping my eyes on Luke Mulder, as he's a guy who can get back there and make a play in the backfield with a speed rush. And that time, PCM, their only answer was to hold him.
Yeah.
And they got caught doing it, and that's going to force a punt.
So Pella Christian holds the Mustangs to a 3 and out there. So good, solid defensive stand there for the Eagles. And in to punt this thing away for PCM, Braden Berger. And it's a high snap, gets it under control, boots it up in the air. End over end kick, fair catch called for by Caden Van Dyke, and he makes it at the 36-yard line. That's where Pella Christian will take over. Now 2 straight punts by either team here in this game. PC takes it with 7:21 to go in quarter number 3. Eagles are down 3 touchdowns to the Mustangs, 28-7. And it looks like we have an officials timeout brought to you by LGC. So we will take it with them with 7:21 to go in the third quarter. Our score, PCM 28 and Pella Christian 7. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Mow big lawns in less time with Toro zero-turn riding mowers. They feature Pro DNA, giving you the same quality cut and reliability as commercial mowers for a professional-looking lawn. And Toro's unique MyRide suspension system keeps you comfortable over the roughest terrain. Visit your local Toro dealer for your time-saving Toro zero-turn mower at the Ryder Lawn Equipment, 604 Oskaloosa Street in Pella.
Hi, this is Tracy Gaffman with Two Rivers Cooperative. There are several places around town that you can go to get a new bottle of propane for your grill. But have you ever read the fine print? Most of those places only give you 15 pounds in your bottle. At Two Rivers, we always fill your tank to maximum capacity, which means you'll get as much as 20% more LP. And when your favorite steak is still cooking on the grill and the in-laws are waiting to eat, you'll really appreciate that extra 20%. Refill your tank at Two Rivers Co-op today.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 7:21 to go here in the third quarter. PCM leads Pella Christian by a score of 28-7. The Eagles forced a Mustang 3 and out, and now Pella Christian has the ball at their own 36-yard line. And it's a swing pass out to Cody Boonder in space. Bounces off a tackle at the 35, but swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. A flag comes in at the end of the play from the secondary.
Yeah, not sure what they're going to get here on this flag. But you see Pella Christian trying some different things. They're trying to get the offense going. That time a little sweep screen for Cody Boonder, but still nothing there. This defense from the Mustangs is tough.
So a face mask against PCM. And that's a big penalty against the Mustangs. A 15-yard mark off there on what was no gain.
Yeah, if you're the Mustangs, you're frustrated by that. Some of the biggest plays for Pella Christian has actually been penalties on PCM where they've been able to pick up a couple first downs. And we haven't said this a lot, but now we have Pella Christian in PCM territory here in the third quarter.
The penalty moves it across the 50 to the 49. Make it the 48. So here's Kakmarinsky, takes the shotgun snap, swings it near side, finds Bennett Spronk, but he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. The PCM defense all over him there, and Gatlin Bell in there to spin him down behind the line.
Gatlin Bell, one of many there. I can't tell. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
They pass it off to the edge, and somehow there's 3-4 Mustangs right there to converge on him the second he catches the ball. This is a tough defense to move the ball against.
Second down and 11. The sky is dark and the orange moon is rising in the eastern sky. Need to get it down to the 38-yard line. Man coming around in motion at Spronk. They fake the handoff, and now it's a handoff to Boonder on a sweep play to the left. And again, he is swallowed up in the backfield. Back across the other side of the 50, back into their own territory at the 48-yard line. So after that 15-yard penalty against PCM, that Mustang defense stands stout.
Yeah, a swarm of Mustangs there to wrap him up. Braden Berger leading the way there, coming down from his linebacker position, or his defensive end position, sorry. I don't know. If you're Pella Christian, what do you do?
Right. These Mustangs are the number 1 team in all of Class 2A. Third down and 13. Kakmarinsky alone in the gun. Slings it over the middle. Nearly intercepted by Gatlin Bell. And he's mad at himself for that one. But a fourth down coming up for the Eagles anyway. And out comes the punting unit once again for PC.
Yeah, give the PCM defense credit once again. There's just not a lot there for Kakmarinsky as he drops back to look for a pass. He's been looking for Mulder consistently, trying to find him across the middle, and it's just not a lot there. This defense is too fast, they're too good, and they cover it up quickly, and we're going to see another punt.
Aiden Stoltz to punt this thing once again. Landon Fenton stands at his own 15-yard line to return. PCM gets a rush. The boot is up and away. Bounces at the 24. And Pella Christian lets it bounce inside the 20. A good Eagles roll down to the 16-yard line. And another good punt there for Pella Christian. The only bad part about that is that they've had to do it a lot of times. And now 3 straight possessions have resulted in punts for both teams here in this game. PCM, though, taking over at their own 16 with a 28-7 lead. 5.5 to go here, third quarter. We do want to let you know that you are listening to Pella Christian versus PCM football, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM KRLS Knoxville Pella and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Bank Iowa supports Pella Christian and Pella High Athletics by donating $20 to the Booster Club for every touchdown during every home game this season. Go Eagles from Bank Iowa.
I believe on that punt, there's going to be a block in the back that's going to put PCM back even a little further.
That must have come in really late.
Yeah.
So let's see now. Well, we'll still mark it at the 16, though, at this point.
I think.
Because that's where the punt was downed.
Looks like they're going to step it back.
Yep, here we go. He's getting ready to march it off. There he goes, yep. So this will put PCM in the shadow of their own goalpost at their own 7-yard line. So a long field to drive here for the Mustangs. But at this point, PCM might be starting to think about just running as much clock as possible with about 18 minutes to go of game time. It's a handoff to Anderson around the corner, right side, in some space down the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Nice pickup there from the 8 to about the 19-yard line. First down yardage for the Mustangs.
Yeah, we're going to see a heavy dose of Aiden Anderson and Sage Burns as the PCM Mustangs continue to just hand the ball off and find holes. And then every once in a while, both of those guys, we've seen it, have the ability to burst in a big gain too. So Good strategy there from PCM.
They move it up to the 18-yard line. And another first down for the Mustangs. 5:23 to go here in the third quarter. Ran out of bounds, so the clock is stopped. Stock hands it off to Anderson once again on an off-tackle carry. Lowers the shoulders, rumbles forward for a pickup of about 5 yards. 23 is where they'll spot him down, it looks like. And again, like you said, they're just keeping it with Anderson there.
Yeah, apologies to Hawkeye fans out there. But I see Aiden Anderson, and I think David Montgomery.
Yeah.
He's so patient, but he's shifty, and that first guy will never tackle him. He's always able to find just a few extra yards to keep the chains moving, and sets up an easy 2nd and 5 here for PCM.
And it's another handoff to Anderson. This time he's popped the line of scrimmage and brought down right at about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that's
Mulder in there to bring him down that time.
if there's one guy on the PC defense who will take him down the first chance he gets, it'll be Luke Mulder, and that time, nice play there from Luke.
Well, JD, it's a big third down here for PCM once again. 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs. Stock in the shotgun. Movement up front. Flags fly, and I think it's against Pella Christian.
Yeah, we just
costly penalty if so.
We just called his name. I think Luke Mulder there jumped off sides. That's a tough penalty there if you're Pella Christian.
3rd and 4, and it gets them just enough for a first down by penalty.
Yeah, and if you're PCM, they're having a little bit of a hard time now moving the football. We've seen this kind of inconsistent. The first drive of the second half, big play, touchdown, and you think, all right, they're going to start pouring it on. They're going to start running the ball. And Pella Christian has responded. They're playing well defensively, but if you're PCM and you're the Mustangs, you're thinking, man, what do we got to do in order to move the ball down the field?
4:07 to play in the third quarter. Hand off to Anderson once again, straight up the middle. Runs to his right. Stumbles a little bit, and he's brought down at the 35-yard line. 5 more yards that time for Anderson. They just keep it on the ground and keep grinding this thing out.
Yeah, Cody Boonder there with the tackle for Pella Christian, but again, 5-yard gain. Anderson comes out of the game, and now we're going to see a handoff for Sage Burns. He's going to get a chance here to burst one through.
Sage Burns, the man with the long brown mane.
Man, you got to get one of those.
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I don't know, man. I should grow a mullet maybe. I don't know. So here we go. It's 2nd down and 4. And it's a handoff to Burns this time. Shifty in the backfield. Stutter step, and he's brought down right about the line of scrimmage. You know who's got some good mullets. Melcher, Dallas, and Pleasantville. Those dudes over there, I tell you what, those guys rock them.
I tell you what, I have been in southern Iowa here, southeastern Iowa for just a couple months, and I have seen more mullets in the past couple months than I've seen in a lifetime other places.
And they're
proud of
here, though.
Yeah, they're proud of them, no doubt about it. They love their mullets here.
So it's 3rd down and 4 with 2:38, and another 3rd down here for the Mustangs. Burns up the middle. Close to that line to gain. The pile moves past the line to gain across the 40-yard line, and it looks like the chains will move once again. Yes, they do. First down, PCM.
Good run there from Burns, showing his strength as he was probably hit 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but he's able to carry a couple defenders and pick up that first down.
Looks like we have an LGC officials timeout with 2:30 to go in quarter number 3. Our score, PCM 28 and Pella Christian 7. It's an LGC official timeout. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Hey Frank, you want to volunteer with me this weekend?
Yeah, sure. I have to catch up with Bank Iowa. We're having a competition.
What are you talking about?
Last year, Bank Iowa employees logged over 12,000 volunteer hours, and they're my bank, so I have to keep up.
That's not how Giving Back or Bank Iowa works. It's not a competition. Plus, 12,000 hours is like 500 days. You would never catch up.
Well, I like a challenge. I'm going to eat, sleep, and breathe volunteering. Every little bit counts. Bank Iowa. Need help in your community? Let's make it happen. Visit us at bankiowa.bank, member FDIC.
As a farmer, nothing gives you more satisfaction than a perfectly clean soybean field, because that's a reflection on you, your hard work, and good decisions. This is Joe Mershman from Mershman Seeds. As I'm talking to farmers, there's a lot of uncertainty for next year. The registration for dicamba has been vacated and the next new trait has not been approved. So what are you going to do to control those weeds? Well, more farmers like you are turning to Mershman Seeds because we have an alternative solution to the dicamba systems.
They'll make it grow from sun up to sundown.
If you've been using the dicamba system, contact your local Mershman Seeds dealer today. We can show you the best proven, high-yielding, neighbor-friendly weed control solutions. And just think, next summer you'll be looking at a perfectly clean field of high-yielding Mershman soybeans.
They'll make it grow.
Go to MershmanSeeds.com and let's grow together at Mershman Seeds, your friend in the field.
Back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth out of an LG Seeds officials timeout. Here's Augie Stock on a quarterback keeper, runs to the right side of the field and is brought down at about the 46-yard line. PCM still in their own territory. And now an officials timeout once again. The clock stops with 2:19 to go. And not sure what this is all about. Maybe someone...
They must have lost a helmet there.
And Luke Mulder is jogging off the field. His helmet might have come off. So when that happens, you just have to come to the sideline for a play, and then you can come back in. 2:19 to go here in the third quarter. And it's PCM on top of Pella Christian 28-7. They run the clock once again after Mulder gets to the sideline. So here we go, second down and 5. They need to get it across the 50 to the 49-yard line. They're at the 46. Stock on a handoff to Sage Burns. Cuts it around the outside to the left. In some space at the 45 to the 40. Down the sideline. And he's knocked out of bounds by Colin Vanderwall of Pella Christian, number 14 in there. Puts a shoulder into him along the sideline and knocks him out of bounds. Not after a big pickup, though, on second down and short. First down into Eagles territory to the 31.
Good run there from PCM. Great blocking up front. And we talked about him earlier when he got a handoff, but Colby Toole as a fullback does an excellent job of leading the way for these running backs. And he did a great job of setting the edge there for that run.
Stock hands it off to Anderson this time. Straight up the middle on a dive play. Now runs to the right. He's in some space and he's dragged down from behind. Looks like Bennett Spronk was in there. Drag him down by the legs.
Yeah, these
not before he gets into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone.
These are the types of plays that PCM has been looking for. They only had 77 yards running in the first half, but now here in the second half, using both running backs, they're able to get a couple nice big plays to put them in a position here to punch one in.
They're down to the 12-yard line. PCM up 28-7 over Pella Christian. And this time it's Sage Burns. Lowers the shoulder, and he's popped down right at about the line of scrimmage. And there's Luke Mulder in there again to make the stop defensively for PC. Let's take a quick look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Pleasantville leads Linville Sully 49-21 with 9:30 to go in the third quarter. That's on the KNIA 3 stream at KNIAKRLS.com. Indianola has defeated Norwalk 27-25. Tight one there on 94.3 KNIA. And again, that's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Second down and about 11. Stock loses the ball, picks it up on a low snap, runs to his right at the 15, cuts it up at the 10, to the 5, somersaults over a man inside the 5 to the 4. And very close to another first down for PCM. I tell you what, Augie Stock, he lost control of the snap. It was a low snap, but he's able to make something out of nothing there. And it's a third down and very short.
Yeah, that's a sign of a great athlete there at quarterback who can take the low snap. Looks like he's got nothing going on, but he's used his speed to get to the edge and still make a good play out of it.
So it's third down and 2. 10 seconds to go here. Third quarter. Stock rumbles in, weaves his way around defenders for the PCM touchdown. Sage Burns once again gets it done with his legs on a carry from about 4 yards out. 34-7 PCM.
Sage Burns, you get inside the 5-yard line. There's a good chance PCM is going to hand that ball off to Sage Burns because he can lower his shoulder and finish runs with the best of them.
Extra point is up and good by Tyler Keeker. And with 5 seconds to go in the third quarter, it's PCM 35, Pella Christian 7. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. PCM back to start this third quarter, recovered a fumble, and Aiden Anderson is able to take it in from 34 yards out. And since then, just this other touchdown here, several punts here in this third quarter as well. 3 punts to be exact. They all came in succession. But as of now, it is PCM starting to really put their foot on the pedal. And again, that's in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. So the kickoff team for PCM is lining up. And it'll be Keeker to boot this thing away from the 40-yard line. Bennett Spronk is going to go back to return this one, as well as Cody Boonder. And here we go. Student section makes some noise. Trump 2020 flag is flying in the student section. Ball is up in the air, end over end. And it's fielded by Cody Boonder at the 3-yard line. Runs straight forward at the numbers. And he's popped at the 16-yard line and brought down right there. Another long field drive for Pella Christian. And that brings us to the end of quarter number 3. Our score, PCM 35, Pella Christian 7. Fourth quarter is next on 92.1 KRLS. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
You've heard the term reverse mortgage loan, but has anyone explained how it can benefit you? If you're 62 or older and have significant equity in your home, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation can show you how a reverse mortgage could be used to enhance or extend your retirement. You've spent years putting money into your home's equity. Now a reverse mortgage might be able to convert some of it back into cash while you keep living in your home. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 2289 is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 31073. Fairway is not affiliated with any government agency. Materials are not from HUD or FHA or not approved by HUD or government agency. Members borrow must be at least 16 years old. Not all will qualify, subject to credit and property approval.
Any luck hunting today?
I didn't see a single deer. How about you?
I already filled my tag last week.
Nice. You were so lucky.
Actually, I've been scouting a few locations with Spartan trail cameras I got at Strava Cellular. Spartan GoCam send pictures or videos directly to my phone in real time, so I knew exactly when and where to sit to increase my chances.
Don't let your best chances slip by. Stop into Strava Cellular in downtown Pella to see our live display and start hunting smarter today.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Start of the fourth quarter here live from Pella Christian High School. PCM 35, Pella Christian 7. John Mowinkle, J.D. Bohr along with you here for this Week 2 matchup between these two rivals along Highway 163. New quarterback is into the game to start the fourth quarter for Pella Christian. It's sophomore number 11, Bo Bush, getting some action, and his first pass is incomplete. The lefty QB out there.
Yeah, 35-7 entering the fourth quarter. This one's probably in hand, but both teams really early on in the season are looking for opportunities to improve, and Pella Christian certainly hoping to get some momentum offensively.
Pass caught along the near sideline by Eric Mulder on a curl route, picks up a few yards there, and it's Bo Bush with his first completion of tonight's game. Picks up maybe a yard to about the 20-yard line. Need to get it out to the 29 for a first. Third down and 9.
39 for the Eagles.
Bush on a hard count. Drops back to pass. Got good protection. Throws it over the middle. Incomplete. In there to make the coverage for PCM, Connor Bennett. In there among others. Looking for number 20, Drew Geetings. I think that was his first target of the night as well, and a fourth down and 9 situation coming up as the reserves start to trickle their way into this ball game in a 28-point ball game.
Yeah, that was a quick one. Real quick 3 and out there from Pella Christian, and PCM's defense just been great all night long. You know, they gave up one touchdown where they had Pella Christian had a short field and threw the deep ball, but other than that, it's been tough sledding for the PC offense.
Punt is up in the air. Landon Fenton calls for a fair catch, but lets it bounce at his own 45-yard line. And the Eagles run down and down it right there at the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. That is where the Mustangs will take over with a 28-point lead. 11-13 to go in the fourth quarter. PCM 35 and Pella Christian 7. We do want to make sure we recognize we have one Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Radio Touchdown Challenge winner tonight, as Brad Van Dusseldorp of Pella has won 50 cents on his Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card. Make sure you stop by the Pella Hy-Vee and register for your chance to win during our next Eagles broadcast in the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Radio Touchdown Challenge. So PCM taking over here. About a minute into this fourth quarter of action, as they lead by 4 touchdowns, 35-7. And it's still Stock in the game here at quarterback for the Mustangs. Quick pass on a dump-off, nearly intercepted by Cody Boonder. It was tipped by another Eagle, and Boonder nearly was able to haul it in that breadbasket area, but falls down incomplete, and Stock gets lucky on that one.
Yeah, sign of a well-coached defense there from Pella Christian. As, again, PCM tries to set up the screen, and they're not biting. They recognize the screen, and they're able to snuff it out and almost make a big play. If he intercepts that, he's probably running down to the end zone.
PCM, though, aside from maybe that and some rough drives in the first half and the first quarter in particular, have looked really good here tonight. Here's Anderson in space across the 40. Flag flies. 30, 25, one man to beat. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, but a flag back in the backfield. This one's probably coming back.
I think everybody saw that flag fly right when the holding happened, and everybody knew this one is coming back.
No chance on that one. And they'll march him back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be second down.
But you said it, John, about the offense from PCM. They haven't been dominant by any stretch. I mean, they have 35 points. That's pretty good. But they've had to punt it plenty of times, and they've had some drives that have stalled and some penalties that have held them back. But overall, you see the potential there, as they have a good throwing game. They can obviously hand it off to their backs and their line. You said it at the beginning of the call here that they got 5 seniors on the offensive line, and they know what they're doing up there. They're making some great holes.
The number 1 team in Class 2A is really starting to become a well-oiled machine here in this week 2 of the season. Gatlin Bell catches a screen pass on the far side of the field in some space along the sideline. Brought down at the 35-yard line into Pella Christian territory. And another chain mover there for Gatlin Bell on a pickup from the 46 all the way down to the other side of the field. They'll spot him at the 42.
Gatlin Bell has had a really nice game. He is a big-time playmaker for PCM, as a guy who can catch it out in space and turn on the Jets quickly, and he does so there for another nice game.
Pardon me, it's the 36-yard line. Get the right lines on the field there. Stock, a handoff, left side run on a sweep. Tumbles over a man, and he's brought down at the 34-yard line. Nice pickup there by Aiden Anderson on the sweep play to the left. And they just keep running that clock, 10:22 to go here in this ball game. Ritzert in there to make the stop. He had the INT earlier in tonight's game back in the first quarter.
Yeah, if you're Pella Christian in this spot, you're down by 28, but you're really just trying to find some guys who can go out there and make some plays for you and get some really good reps here in the fourth quarter. And this is valuable. Pella Christian as well as PCM, they're both going to make noise come district play.
Stock gets the snap under control, fires it deep down the far sideline. Gatlin Bell inbounds, catches it at the 10, and runs into the end zone. Touchdown PCM. What a throw there from Augie Stock to Gatlin Bell. 32 yards, make it 38 yards, and it's 41-7 Mustangs.
Gatlin Bell was lined up in the slot there, makes a nice move, a flag route out to the corner. Great ball there from Stock, and nobody there to guard him. Pella Christian's got some younger guys out there on defense, and certainly some miscommunication out on that play.
Keeker in to attempt the PAT. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. And with 9:48 to go, our score, PCM 42, Pella Christian 7. The 35-point running clock rule will come into effect after the next kickoff. Again, it's a 35-point lead here for the Mustangs with 9:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Hi, this is Brian Vanderlyn from Ulrich Ford and Lincoln in Pella. These are certainly interesting and unique times that we are living in. I've noticed lately that the values of respect, honesty, and trust seem to stand out now more than ever. I'm proud to be a part of the Ulrichs team that has made these things a priority for over 80 years. So, when it's time to consider purchasing a different vehicle, I'd like to invite you to stop by and see us. I'm confident that you'll experience something different, and you'll see firsthand what we mean when we say Ulrich Ford and Lincoln, taking care of you.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 9:48 to go in the fourth quarter. PCM 42, Pella Christian 7. As we're live at the Pella Christian High School football field here tonight, John Mowinkle, J.D. Boer with you here. And it's turned out to be a domination here tonight when it's all said and done here for the Mustangs. As the ball's up in the air off the right foot of Tyler Keeker. And it's fielded at about the 15-yard line by the Eagles. Boonder on their return. And he's swallowed up at about the 29-yard line. That's where the Eagles will start this drive, down 35 points. And again, that clock continues to tick, down at 9.5 and ticking. And unless Pella Christian is able to score on this drive, probably going to be out of here relatively quickly here. Unfortunately for Pella Christian, it's not their night. Looking like they're going to fall to 0-2 on the season here with district play coming up next week, though.
Yeah, in a shortened season, these non-conference games kind of have a different feel. You know, certainly a rivalry game, and you want to win this game more than anything. And PCM has done a great job in doing that. But there's still, you gotta grow. You know, you gotta set yourself up for district play. So,
and a flag flies before the play even gets started. It's thrown in the secondary. The initial indication is delay of game.
I guess, yeah.
So Pella Christian has marched back 5 yards after that. They'll start now at the 26-yard line. 8:56 to go. And it is confirmed it is a delay of game, so they'll start at their own 26 then. So again, it's a new quarterback in the game. It's Bo Bush, and he is brought down back at the 15-yard line. Several PCM Mustangs in there to make the stop. Trevor Buckingham in there, number 60 for the Mustangs. Number 67, Kinzer Sloan as well. Several white jerseys in there to bring down that sophomore quarterback in Bo Bush.
Yeah, now you see some substitution on both sides. You know, some kids are out there getting their first varsity action of the year. Sometimes the first varsity action of their career.
Right.
Some big moments here for these kids out there yet.
Bush on a handoff. Boonder, no, it's a quarterback keeper as Bush takes it forward a couple yards to the 20-yard line. Nice fake there as Bush picks up a couple on the ground. Third down and about 20, maybe 19 to go here for the Eagles. 8 minutes exactly to go here in this one. PCM 42, Pella Christian 7. Third down and 20, they will call it. They need to get to the 41-yard line to pick up the first. Bush alone in the backfield. Throws it over the middle. Tipped up, incomplete. And there for the deflection was Connor Bennett of PCM. And it brings up a fourth down and 20 situation here for the Eagles. Incomplete pass, but the clock keeps on ticking. 7:29 to go here in this ball game.
Good defense there from PCM again. This defense kind of has that bend but don't break mentality. They're going to give you some stuff underneath. You can throw some slants, you can throw some curls, but you're going to have a hard time getting the ball over top of these safeties and corners. They do a good job of taking that away.
Stoltz in a punt, gets it up and away ahead of a heavy rush. Fenton lets it bounce at the 43, and a good Pella Christian bounce back inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. And that is where PCM will take over, leading 42-7. Here now with 6:54 to go in the fourth quarter, as the clock will momentarily stop to allow the change of possession. And PCM will start this one about their own 24-yard line. And it looks like Augie Stock is still out there, number 10 for PCM. Still out there playing QB. And we'll see how the Mustangs decide to handle this here in this late game scenario, up 35 points. Stock in the shotgun. Two running backs in the formation. A single receiver to either side. Stock hands it off to Aiden Anderson on a sweep to the left. not much happening here as the Eagles defense in there to swarm him. Luke Mulder is in there, as well as a couple others there to make the stop. And it brings up second down at about 9.
Yeah, I expect the Mustangs to be content to just hand the ball off here, keep the clock running, start burning up that clock a little bit. And we'll see. I expect them to bring in some new players in here at some point as well, too.
Second down and 9. Clock running at 6:22. And it's a handoff on a sweep play. No, it's another quarterback keeper. No, it's not a quarterback keeper. A couple of fake handoffs there. And it's a backfield stop here for the Eagles defense.
Yeah, that time Stock. Yeah, he faked the handoff. There's a lot going on in the backfield, but Stock ended up with the ball. Drew Giedings does a nice job of pursuing him in the backfield and makes the stop to set up about a 3rd and 9 here for PCM.
42-7. PCM with a lead over Pella Christian. Get you a Strawberry Cellular game reset coming up after this play. Here we go. Stock looks to hand it off. Quarterback keeper this time. Runs it to the right. Turns it upfield at the 30. And is pushed out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Looks like that is enough for a PCM first down. The chains move with 5:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. 42-7. Mustangs on top. So a Strawberry Cellular game reset. It was a 7-0 PCM lead to start this game off, as the drive charts are being blown away.
Dealing with some wind up here in the booth, too. Conditions are rough in the booth.
That's right. We got her under control here. Aiden Anderson has a sweep carry this time and is pushed out of bounds into the Mustangs sideline. So Sage Burns gets things underway with a quarterback sneak in the first quarter, 7-0. And INT gives the Eagles a chance to score their only touchdown of the night, which they do with a touchdown pass to Luke Mulder. And then since then, Pella Christian has punted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times since that touchdown. And it's been all PCM since. That's a Strawberry Cellular game reset. And it's an LG Seeds officials timeout with 4:18 to go in the fourth quarter. Our score, PCM 42, Pella Christian 7. We'll take a timeout as well. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Indoor enthusiasts feel relaxed, comfortable, and happy in the great indoors. You can be one too, with the perfect air that comes from a reliable and high-efficient Lennox home comfort system from Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. And what'll make you even more of an indoor enthusiast is the $1,350 you can save when you purchase a qualifying new system through the Lennox Fall Rebate Program. It starts September 7th, so call now to get on the schedule. Look up Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in your favorite search engine, then rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear Van Haften.
Harvest season is a busy time on farms, but don't overlook safety in the rush. Dozens of farm workers are killed by electrocution each year when farm machines make contact with overhead power lines. Take note of electrical lines when moving equipment like portable grain augers and large combines. Make sure everyone who works on the farm knows the location of power lines and keeps farm equipment at least 10 feet away. Looking out for you, we're Pella Cooperative Electric, your local co-op.
Shine as one.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth following an LG Seeds officials timeout with 4:18 to go in the fourth quarter. PCM leads Pella Christian 42-7 here, live from Eagle Lane. John Mowinkle and Jay Debor with you here for this Week 2 contest between these two rivals. And PCM is looking like they're going to take a 7-6 lead in this series all time. And this will be their third straight victory in this series as well. So, a new quarterback is into the game for the Mustangs. New ball carrier as well for PCM, as Connor Bennett takes it around the corner on the left side and picks up close to a first down. They'll mark him third and about inches. We'll call this third and 1, I guess we'll say.
Yeah, it's been an impressive showing here from PCM, as they have been able to run the ball really well. Here they're bringing in the subs, and they're still able to run the ball really well.
For sure.
This is a program that is disciplined and does little things well.
3rd down and 1. It's a handoff to Bennett on the right side, cuts it across the 50, across the 49. That's a first down for PCM. And he's spun down along the sideline by Benny Schurz of the Eagles. Benny is a freshman, standing at 6'2".
Big moment there for those
right.
guys, right? I mean, it's 42-7. This game's in hand, but for these kids on the field, they're loving it. You know, it's the first chance to be under the lights, hear their name called for making a tackle or getting the ball on the ground, whatever it is. It's still a fun moment, and certainly these kids are still going to play hard.
Clock is ticking at 3 minutes to go. By the way, Carson Vandaloon is playing quarterback number 15 for PCM. Vandaloon on the keeper, cuts it around the outside to the left, across the line of scrimmage, and he is pushed out of bounds right around that line to gain. Those chains will stay put. And the down marker moves very close to that line to gain. It'll be 2nd and short here for PCM after that pickup on the ground. Let's take a look at the road ahead, presented by Two Rivers Cooperative. Pella Christian begins, well, I guess everyone in the state begins district play next week, but Pella Christian begins it with a trip to Leon, Iowa and Central Decatur High School. We'll have that for you here on 92.1 KRLS. Andrew Schneider on the call along with J.D. Boer here. Pre-game coverage at 6:30. Opening kickoff is 7 o'clock. And now here's Vandaloon dropping back to pass. Throws it over the middle past the outstretched arms of Keaton Thomas, junior number 4 for PCM, getting his first action of the game here tonight. And yes, that is a 7 o'clock kickoff, so just a half-hour long pregame show coming up next week for Pella Christian. Meanwhile, PCM heads down to Sheraton, and that's a 7:30 kickoff. Pregame coverage starts at 6:30 with Colton Emsweiler and Jeff Lindsay on the call on the KRLS 3 stream at KNIAKRLS.com. So that is a look at the road ahead, presented by Two Rivers Cooperative. Vandaloon hands it off, and this is Connor Bennett being stopped right around the line of scrimmage. Brings up 4th down and short. You can keep your vehicle running smoothly on the road ahead by filling up with Cenex top-tier detergent gasoline at the Two Rivers Car Troll Pumps in Pella and Otley, celebrating 100 years as a local farmer-owned co-op. And again, the road ahead for, of course, Pella Christian. Last year, they went 0-4 at district play, or non-district play, pardon me, right. But then 5-0 in the district. So they're hoping that the same type of trend continues here this year after an 0-2 start to the regular season here.
Yeah, it's a young team for Pella Christian, and they're going to start 0-2 here, but certainly shouldn't be hanging their heads. They got some potential to.
4th down and 1. And Carson Dunning had no idea the ball was coming to him on a wheel route. Running back along the sideline, so that'll go down as a turnover on downs. Pella Christian gets it back with 35 seconds to go. Trailing 42-7 here to PCM. And the Mustangs with a couple of dominant victories here to start the season. Tonight, of course, with this right now 42-7 with 35 seconds left, and last week a 44-18 victory at home over Newton. And they are on the right track here heading into district play. By the way, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. It was Augie Stock with a 5-yard touchdown carry earlier in this quarter, as well as a Sage Burns touchdown run as well. That's in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. A couple scores here for PCM in this 4th quarter of action. Let's take a look at a Make It a Motor and Auto Group instant radio update, as we may be having an officials timeout, an LG Seeds officials timeout, that is. And a Motor and Auto Group instant radio update. Harlan leads Pella 21-18 with 7:59 in the 4th. So that's a close game there. That's on the KRLS 2 stream at KNIAKRLS.com. Pleasantville defeats Linville-Sully 56-29. That's a final. And Knoxville on top of Keokuk 27-20 at the end of the 3rd quarter. And again, Motor and Auto Group is bringing you tonight's instant radio updates. as this game is just about over. And they'll wrap up the LG Seeds officials timeout. 35 seconds to go. And they're playing for pride at this point. Let's see who's playing quarterback. It is still Bo Bush for Pella Christian. And handoff here goes for not much.
Yeah, Benny Schurz.
Benny Schurz.
With the rushing attempt there, nothing doing.
And that could be the final play of the game if Pella Christian so chooses. Maybe they'll run one more here with 10 seconds. Bush in the shotgun. 6 seconds to go. It's a handoff to Benny. And he is tackled after picking up a first down to the 47-yard line. Benny Schurz with a nice 10-yard pickup there. And that's the game. Our final score, PCM 42, Pella Christian 7. We will take a timeout, and we will come back with our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show on 92.1 KRLS.
The engine in the car goes vroom, 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 vroom. The engine in the car goes vroom, vroom, vroom at Central Tire and Auto.
Central Tire and Auto offers full mechanical work on your vehicle to make sure the engine keeps going vroom, 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 just like it should. If you're like me, you don't know what's wrong, but you know that something is wrong. When that happens, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.